Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Welcome. This is the Jeranism show.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the Speaker's Corner, where we speak truth, seek truth. Speaker's Corner, yeah, they see through, we see you. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner. 3 minutes hit the spotlight. Speaker's Corner, where 3 minutes gets your mind right. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner.
We are back. Aren't you excited? Hello, everyone. What is going on? It's me. It's that JMC. Time for another episode of Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk. We're on to episode number, what is it, 18 or 19? 19. Unfreaking believable. Episode number 19. Believe it or not. I can barely believe it myself. So welcome, everybody. It is episode number 19 of the number one show in the history of the interwebs. And that's official, by the way. I've done some sort of polling, I think, or something. Oops, where is my... Be right with you. I don't have my... What do I do with it? Hold on. I don't have my glasses. That's going to be tough. 1 second. I got them. My bad. They were on the other desk. Let me... make sure I can see what's going on. Say hello to the chat. Say hello to everybody, and then we'll get going real quickly. Not too much on the miscellany to go over today. So we're just going to do the basics. Welcome to the show, everybody. Let's get this up here, and let's go through some of the advertisements, if you will, the various sponsors for the show. So first and foremost, we've got that bar to go across the top of the screen. Yes. And then we've got our sponsors as always. They are amazing. Thank you guys very much. First, we've got True Smacks. True Smacks, you can find that at truesmacks.com, and they are delivering truth, one delicious morsel at a time. So check them out, truesmacks.com. And is this working? Let me see here if I can show this, because why is that on their video thumbnail? And this one. Yeah, it's working. There we go. Beautiful. We've got True Smacks. There you go. Also, I love to point out the resources section of their website. Go to resources, and they've got all the information you could ever have about how great vaccines are and how many boosters we should be on and all that fun stuff. How to get free boosters or additional boosters, all in there. We've also got thcshow.live, the maker of this bomb-ass hoodie. Well, it was my idea, but he actually made it, so he gets credit. That is at thcshow.live. We're going to go shop the merchandise. And you'll get all these fun things here. You can see that he's got the LED hat I wear sometimes. I don't know if he has this shirt in there or not. Or this one. Oh, right here. Here you go, the hoax one. So there you go. Lots of cool stuff there. Fake one's pretty cool. And all kinds of great stuff. I thought he had... Oh, here's the Mount Meru shirt. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't see it there. Very cool. I wore this one for the summit. Thank you, everybody who was at the summit. Thank you, everybody who spoke at the summit. Thank you many times over. We do appreciate it. No need to harp on that tonight. It was a good time. If you haven't caught it, you still can. You can still go to tems.live, temms.live, and check that out. It was awesome. Good time. And we already have named the date for the next one. So mark your calendars, March 17, 18. We will have another summit. I believe it's going to be called the Equinox Summit. That is the rumor going around. So anyway, that is at thcshow.live. You can use coupon code Jaren420 and you get a free ounce of... No, I'm just kidding. You don't get that. I don't want to say that because Michael will feel bad. No, you get 10% off. It's kind of close. Same thing. almost equal. Nah, not really. They're kind of different. But we've also got, last but not least, jjscbdrub.com or jjcbdrub.com. You can check that out if you want. If you've got some sort of aches or pains, he grows this all out of his own farm in a back to Eden no-till gardening in Wisconsin, and he makes this out of his own plants, and supposedly it is bomb. It's a high-potency essential oil for any kind of aches and pains. Check it out. That's at that's at jjscbdrub.com. There we go. See how quickly we were able to get through those? Extremely quickly. All right, let's bring this on back. And first of all, let's say hello to everybody. Hello to, see who's in the chat. Want to make it sure that we point out, we can leave that up there. There we go. See who's in the chat over there. Oh, we got some people. Nice. Let them come on in. We got Truthers Hour Comedy in the house. Free ounce? What? No? We're not going to do that deal? My bad. Sorry to throw you under the bus like that. Half ounce. He'll throw a half in there for you if you get something cool. Yeah, look at that hoodie. Yeah, very nice, huh? We got people already calling in. Great, fantastic. So hello to whoever and wherever you are. I know that sometimes, it's you're across the pond. Maybe you're out and about or over there. We never know where to find you. But we can always find you here Thursday nights. It's supposed to be at 6. Sorry, it's at 7. We were an hour late tonight. Tomorrow we will be having the Jeranism show at its normal time, 12 noon Pacific. And I wanted to see if I had that. I don't. Okay, we got that. Good. So tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific, check that out. Jeranism show should be fun. I got something planned for you that will be great. But yeah, hello to everybody, wherever you might be, wherever you call home. We would like to say welcome. That's all I got to say to that. All right. And so let's see what else we got here. And we did say that, yes. And so we got, what's going on here? What was that? Anybody hear that? That's weird.
Jerry.
What is that noise?
Jerry.
Me? Hello?
Jerry. It's me. YHWH.
Oh, weird. All right, what's up?
Well, you didn't exactly say hello to my chosen people.
Wait, didn't I say, like, welcome to everybody, wherever you might be? Isn't that the same thing? Seems like it would be the
But
same.
you didn't point them out specifically for me to say hello.
So you want me to say hello for you to the Jewish people who are your chosen people? Did I get that
Yeah,
correct?
you got that right.
Okay, so God has a chosen people then. Couldn't you call that racist? Seems like it would be a little bit racist to me if...
Don't you listen to SpongeBob when he tells you clearly and...
Jim Bob?
Oh,
Jim Bob.
what it doesn't... You cannot use your laws of grammar and vocabulary and spelling on me.
My bad.
Just like SpongeBob told you.
Jim Bob.
He said very clearly
Yeah, I remember
that you are not to use your
my morality on
morals
God.
on
I know.
me,
I'm sorry.
buddy.
I'm sorry. Okay?
You can't judge your creator.
I'm sorry.
You do what I say, bitch.
Well, that seemed uncalled for. Okay, got
I
every...
operate by my own rules,
Yeah, I get that.
not
Okay.
by yours.
No, you don't. Okay, good. All right, everything you say is moral and good. We got that. Let's move on. Let's,
Okay, then.
yeah.
I'll be on my way.
Thank
now,
you.
Don't you forget.
No.
Make sure you tell my chosen people hello.
Okay, sure thing. What about the others, though? Like, what about everybody else listening?
What others?
The other people who aren't Jews who are
Are
down
there
there.
others besides Jews down there?
Yes! Yes, there's a bunch of people besides Jews down here.
No need. Don't need to say hello to any of them. Just say hello to my chosen ones, my special people.
Yeah, very special.
My love is for Israel, and it is
I'll tell them.
unmatched.
I'll tell them. Okay, thank you, God.
Love me some Israel.
I know you... God and Israel. That's real cute, though, if you think about it. God
Don't-
and
don't do
Israel.
that.
Well, it's kind of cute. It's like sitting in a tree. CREATING. No? All right.
Well,
That's funny.
it is a love affair, so
It's a deep love
just
affair.
make sure you tell them hello.
I'm going to tell them hello, okay?
They're the only ones I care about.
I know they're the only ones you care about.
The
We all,
rest of you goyim can...
we all know that. Don't use that word.
We'll see what happens.
Bye, God.
Bye.
See you later. Wow, that sounded like Brenda a little bit, didn't it? That was God, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a love affair for Israel and wanted me to point out to the Jews that he says hello, but to the rest of you, he said, eat a dick, which was weird. Don't know why he would go that direction, but he only has one people he cares about, and we have to remember that. So everybody give a shout out to the chosen ones. If they're out there in the crowd, we love you, and owe all good things in life to you. Okay? let's get to Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk. We've got a couple ways to get on the show. Well, that's not one. Let's put it down there so it's a little bit easier. There we go. Move down there. Great. Texting 888-698-FLAT will at least let you say something, although I may get to text messages a little bit later. The best way to join, at least for this first half, tinyurl.com/cornerism. Again, that's tinyurl.com/cornerism. You'll get a 3-minute clock. I did kind of decide if people prepare things, that's the way to get extra time. When you're just up there all willy-nilly or calling 16 times a show like Liam, changing your name, trying to pretend like you're not wearing a skirt, then we have problems. All right. So let's see if the clock works today, which I don't know if it will or won't. Sometimes it's a little temperamental. There it goes. It is working. Let's check with the streamer. See who's there. We got any guesses who's there already? This is becoming like a mandatory thing. All right. So we've got Sacred Knowledge coming on first. Let me make sure we got this squared away and everything's ready to rock. I believe it is. I got to cut this back. I'll get out of here. All right. Let's bring him on and boom.
Hi.
You sound very quiet for some reason.
Oh, can you hear me? All right.
Yeah. By very quiet, I meant no, but that's all right.
All right. I'll try to talk louder because my mic sucks.
That's better.
All right. How you been?
Fantastic. You?
Good, man. I wish I could have checked out the summit you did, but I missed it, unfortunately.
It's still available.
It's still available? I want to
Yes.
win a free ticket.
Okay. Well, we'll come up with a contest for it.
I'll buy a ticket, don't worry. Yeah, no, it sounded really cool though. I know that was like history in the making. But so I want to ask you 3 minutes. I only got 3 minutes, so
When
would
you
you
say
like to talk would you like to talk about hierarchy? Like there's a real hierarchy, spiritual hierarchy, bloodlines and well, just like genetics, or would you like to hear what are the masters talk? Because I want to bless the audience with hearing, because we talk all this stuff about we talk smack about the spirituality because there's so much backwards and wrong spirituality, but there is a real hierarchy and there are true masters. So I would
let me ask you that. How do we know the true hierarchy?
That's a very good question. We want to hear them, and then like maybe it's about vibration and frequency. So
that's what tells us the hierarchy.
Well, yeah, because truth has a certain vibration that can't be imitated, but they often try to. But that's why they're so their biggest threat is very intuitive people, highly intuitive. So like that's another thing I want to talk to you about. Like there's a video online on the Basis Project called Alara on militarized remote viewing. You should see that because the military uses remote viewing and they use people who are really gifted at it all the time, you know? And
yeah, I believe in remote viewing. That's for sure. We've proven that
like
here.
Very advanced forms of it though, you know, like very advanced forms.
Gotcha. Okay, so
anyways,
I'm gonna start your clock and then you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Let's hear the master talk for 3 minutes.
Okay, where do I have to go to get that?
All right.
Oh, you're gonna play it?
It's on YouTube. I wish I could share, but I don't know how. So you would have to look it up on YouTube.
You don't know how to go you drop it in the chat right there where it says private chat on the side?
Oh, really? I can do that from YouTube? From YouTube I can do that?
Yeah, grab the URL from the URL bar, copy it, and then paste it in the private chat over here, and I will put it up.
Okay. I have to get it real fast. Damn it. I wish I would have been ready.
Me too.
Oh man, where is it? Anyways, I guess can you just type it in real fast? It'd probably be faster.
Okay.
Just type guided meditation.
So I want to do that. YouTube. Okay.
And then type.
Wait, hold on. You said guided meditation. I'm typing.
Yeah, that's first part.
Okay.
And then, excuse me. Then you're gonna type Ramakrishna, which is RAMAKRISHNA. Ramakrishna Math, MATH.
Okay, I see it. The 99,000 views.
I believe so. Vivekananda says Vendetta Daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where am I going?
Go to 3 minutes and 50 seconds and play for 3 minutes if you can at least, you know. And
350. All right. Here we
check
go.
it out.
I'll put it on the screen.
All right, please.
इति चान्ते विश्वमादौ च देवः स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया संयुनक्तु. The Supreme Being, the one without a second, though formless, produces by means of his manifold powers various forms. From him this universe comes into being in the beginning of creation, and unto him it returns in the end. May the eternal, all-knowing, all-blissful, all-merciful Divine Being guide our understanding. May He enlighten our consciousness. Mannatha Shri Jagannatho Madguru Shri Jagadguruhu Mamatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us offer our salutations to the Guru, the Divine Teacher, who is none other than the Supreme Being Himself. He is the guide of the universe, the inmost self abiding in all beings. Let us offer our salutations also to all the great teachers and saints of the world. May they inspire us with love for the truth. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva Tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. O Lord, thou art our mother, thou art our father, thou art our friend, thou our comrade. Thou art our knowledge, our wealth, and our all in all. Avinayam apanaya Vishnu damaya manaha Shamaya vishaya mriga trishnam Bhutadayam vistaraya Taraya samsara sagarataha. O Lord, take away our egoism and pride, calm our turbulent mind, quench our thirst for sense pleasures, enlarge our love, our compassion for all our fellow beings, and take us across the fearful ocean of samsara.
All right, we are back. That was 3 minutes, and wasn't it good? It's a good 3 minutes. It was a little bit... I just have to try that now. I got to do it myself. That's what I really want to do, because I thought that was pretty dope. Oops, sorry. I see what's happening here. We're going to fix it. Don't you even worry. We're going to go here, and then we're going to go back off of here. Okay. We are back. Have no fear. All right. That was, I don't know. How do we find that? Can we find more of that meditation music? Indian? I don't know. What are we looking up? Let's see. Is this it? I don't like that one. I like the one we're just listening to. Give me some more of that. It's not bad. Oh Lord. I could do that. Nancy Pelosi. Ron DeSantis. I could do that. I got it now. I got it. I say, I want the knife. I said, I want the knife. Bring to me Jessica Alba. Bring her here now. The Supreme Being. All right. Actually, when you do that, you kind of start to float a little bit. I kind of started to levitate from my chair, so we can't do that anymore. I don't want people to start asking me to do that in public and things. It's gonna be scary. All right, let's get back to the calls. Let's go with Bastard Chris. Welcome to the show. There you go.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
You are welcome. Let me grab this chat box here, and you have something prepared today?
I do.
Oh, lovely. Go ahead. You can jump right in, and I will start your clock, or we'll see how it's going. Oh wait, I got to share the screen. I got you 1 second. Let me grab this for a second. I didn't put this in the stream. What's new with you? Anything exciting? Same old, same old?
Oh, same old, but excited to share this and see see the response, I guess.
Alrighty, I'm gonna put this in here real quick, and then we will be over there. And I got to share your screen. Go ahead and share. Oh, you already did. I'm gonna put this up there. Okay, and let's see if we can get that on there. We've got left share screen. Oh, I don't see the little birds that you have there. Okay, I guess that's gonna be. Oh wait, I see why. Yep, there we go. You are sharing. Enjoy yourself. Go.
Awesome, thank you, Jaron. Today my presentation is called "Finding Common Ground." It is a call for compassion and empathy, and I prepared this mainly because I see a lot of people just being very assertive and not empathetic about how challenging this problem of discerning the truth of our world actually is. And so I kind of wanted to illuminate some of the details and hopefully induce people to be more compassionate and empathetic towards each other. And briefly, I'd like to bring to your attention, if you're not already aware, the fabrication of enemy images that we can devise in our minds and erroneously project onto others. I often catch myself painting enemy images onto other people when I'm speculating about their motives. And this can be, it can cause an abominable mess, even between family, friends, and lovers when we do this. When we're looking at people as if they're enemies rather than what they truly are. But the real topic of my presentation is indoctrination. It's something we all share. We're all subject to indoctrination, and if you're not, well, you're surrounded by people who are. But I'd like to be clear that indoctrination is not innately negative. But Nietzsche, who refers to it broadly as conditioning, does suggest that it is a burden which a lot of us bear and few of us overcome. And the historic correlation between compulsory education and heliocentrism seems more than coincidental. Copernicus laid the groundwork for modern heliocentric belief with the publication of On Revolution of Heavenly Spheres in 1543, and Martin Luther established momentum for compulsory education through Catholicism and Protestantism, also in the mid-16th century. Today, compulsory education is widespread. You'll see there's only a few places where it doesn't actually exist. And the people who resist are at peril for their lives. Okay, if you haven't taken the time to consider what falsehoods falsehoods and myths can be distributed in mass, I'd like to point out that a false model of the world can be widely proliferated regardless of what is actually true. And the phrase compulsory education is palliating the underlying violence. It would be more accurately called coerced indoctrination. But the point I intend to make here is that none of us choose this. And attempting to justify coerced indoctrination is an attempt to rationalize abuse upon yourself and others, which is commonly known as Stockholm Syndrome. We often hear the saying that those who control the past control the present and the future. But Marcus Aurelius points out that there's kind of a harmonious relationship between the past and the present, where the things that have occurred in the past are create the destiny or create our present. And so it's just a slightly different way to look at how things come into existence and how things happen. And that's kind of what I would like to illuminate is the things we're experiencing are a result of the things that have happened. So when you're in school, here's an example of one of the test questions. It might look familiar. The student is demanded to answer the question as if they have legitimate knowledge of the answer. When they don't have, and it's impossible to know the actual answer to that question. And here's another one. I mentioned the anatomy of an atom. You mentioned this before. It's impossible to know. Yet this is something you'll find many people talking about as if they have knowledge. But these types of questions induce people to believe that they have legitimate knowledge. And so what happens if you provide the correct answers to these, which are, I don't know? Well, you fail the test. You're prevented from doing the extracurricular activities, prevented from advancing. You're mocked. You get peer pressure, sometimes physical torture, and you have limited opportunities. But most importantly, some people experience self-devaluation. Either way, the general perspective is it's negative to question the authority. And so I'd like to look at what the natural consequences are of this. And like, even if they were teaching the truth, this would be true. And John Taylor Gatto talks about the time, and when you don't take the time, you have no possibility of achieving your own careful conclusions. So the natural results of mass indoctrination: some people will believe without further investigation. Some may disbelieve without further investigation. Some will adamantly proliferate their indoctrination, and some will make the time to investigate further. And some will revive the original conclusions, and some will dispute the original conclusions. And this is true regardless of what is indoctrinated and whether or not it's true. And so one thing I just want to point out we all have in common is a lack of knowledge. We don't know where we are and what this place is. And I was hoping we could build some ground around that, because when we don't tell ourselves that we know things we don't know, life is wonderful.
Was that a Tupac quote right there? You might be the first person to ever use a Tupac quote in a truther presentation.
I couldn't find the quote anywhere, but I think I heard it from Tupac or somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, good. Because he's got quite a few quotes. I'm glad you didn't go with some of the other ones. You could have written on there some good ones too.
Yeah. That Socrates quote's a pretty interesting one too. The more I learn, the less I know. It tends to be pretty true. So, well, that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, okay. Thought you were going to go on. I don't know. Anybody in the chat have any better Tupac lyrics or quotes than that one? I'm sure there's some good ones. Ain't no woman alive that could take my mama's place. That's about it. What do you think of that one? You can think of a million things that guy said. All right. And then if you wanted to sum it up in 3 sentences, do that for me. 3 sentences. Just have compassion. Like, realize that the other person that you're interlocuting that believes differently than you, they're a victim of compulsory education. Yep. And what do we do about it? What do you think is the? You think we should do away with it altogether?
Oh, compulsory education? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Resist if you can, at all costs.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that we blame the government a lot, right? And then we kind of should realize that it's the people that are allowing themselves to be governed that really are the problem, because there'll always be psychopaths looking to control you. It's very easy to just say nope, and then guess what? They can't control you. But when you say yes, Daddy, please govern me harder, then you get put in shackles and anally raped. So we probably deserve it. Thank you. Don't smoke crack. Crack, that's a good one. All right. We'll let you go. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sharon.
All right. Peace. All right. Peace. That was Chris the Bastard, or Bastard Chris, whatever you want to say. Could do it either way. And let me bring this back up here. Oops, that's going to be ugly for the screen. Oh, I'm not on camera. Let me bring myself back and get off the screen. All right. So we got an open spot. If you want to jump in, do it now. Please do it now. Let's check out the chat over there at... Is that the Rokfin chat? Hasn't moved much. Good job, Chris. Oh, Energy Bear in the house. We've got Chris Crumb in the house. Chris, how are you, my friend? There's an open seat. We got Shay in the house. Shay, what's up? No love for my daddy. There you go. She found a Tupac right away. Anybody else want to join the show? Or the show won't last very long in the future, which is okay. We have lots of different ideas, lots of things to do. We've got Jeranism Does, of course, coming up very, very soon. And got some new ideas for what I want to do with the other parts of that money. I've still got about 2,000 left. And I think I want to change it though. The $50 for, you know, who gives me gas, things like that. It's just not cutting it. You'll see in episode 1. But I've got some ideas for episode 2, and I want to ask you guys what you think. Let's see here if I've got anything else. Let me check we got somebody else coming here in a second. I was going to check the phones, but let's go ahead and bring on Mr. David Henry, a regular of the show. David, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Fantastic. Can't complain. Okay, let me put you up there. Oh, go ahead.
Good. Looking good here.
Okay. Let's bring you over there, and I don't know what's wrong with that side. Go ahead. You are good. I'll start your 3 minutes, and you can go wherever you want. Enjoy.
Okay. I was thinking about the some one sentence line that you probably use to make people think about where they stand, especially if you're a global or if you're spherical in mind, as far as the Earth is spherical,
right?
You've seen the picture of the Earth from the moon surface, right?
I have not seen it yet.
Called the flag Earth image. Have you seen that?
I have seen it. You mean the one that's supposed to be a mirrored image of the moon? Or
it
mirrored image of the Earth?
It shows the Earth, but it shows the American flag, off in the distance.
Okay.
And the problem I have with that one is, for once, is the size differential. Now, supposedly, if you take a tennis ball and take a basketball,
right,
put them side by side, that should be the size differential between Earth and the moon, right?
Tennis ball, basketball. About that, yep.
So, what's wrong with that picture? If you take a look at it, it looks the same as if it was the moon from the Earth surface.
Which picture are you talking about?
I'm talking about the...
You're talking about the one where the moon goes in front of the Earth?
I'm talking about the only... Really, it's the only images that we have of Earth from the moon taken from Apollo.
Okay.
Can you bring that up?
Well, I don't know which one you're talking about. There's kind of a lot of pictures of the Earth from the moon, not from the moon's surface, but from the flight there. Or are you talking about the recent video of the moon going in front of the Earth? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Apollo.
Okay.
Apollo 17.
Okay, so you're talking about the blue marble picture.
Right.
Okay, we can bring that up. So you're talking about the one from 1972.
Right.
Okay.
And here we have not that one. It's we're talking the only 3 images that we have from the moon surface of the Earth, and it shows the flag, American flag, and it shows the moon
this
there.
One.
That one.
Okay.
Right, that one.
Gotcha.
So yeah, if you can bring the moon should be the upper right hand corner of that image.
Okay, I see it. Or you want me to bring it up closer, saying?
Yeah, go ahead and bring it up.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and bring it up.
Okay, I'm putting it on the screen here. We can have everybody see it. And then zoom in on the moon?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. Now zoom back a little bit, because we definitely want that in focus with the flag.
Okay.
Okay, right there. Now, if you were looking at that, is that a basketball size compared to the tennis ball size of the Earth compared to the moon? I'm thinking that should be at least 10 times bigger.
Right? It'd be hard to say, but it looks to me it should be bigger.
Yeah, it should be a lot bigger. There's no way that could be the Earth. There's no way that could be if the size differential, the moon is, let's say, a tennis ball size. Earth is supposed to be a basketball size. Side by side, there's no way that could be correct.
You know, I have even more problems with this picture because I'm trying to think here. So if this guy's, the sun is here in his visor, then you'd think the sun would be off this direction somewhere. But it should be, if this is the Earth, shouldn't the sun be straight above us?
Sure.
Because how is this? The bottom's not getting lit, so if the sun is here, it would look like it would be able to reach it. Anyway, I've never really seen that. But okay, go ahead. Anything else? And look how little this guy is. This guy's like a midget.
I mean, I could go on and on about all the issues I have with the Apollo missions and the Earth and the moon images.
Apollo was real. My uncle built part of the Saturn V. Kidding.
Oh, really?
No. If he did, he built something that went to the ocean. So.
So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen when they actually put men in the capsule?
I'm not sure that they will do that. So I think it'll.
What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to say, "Well, the Van Allen belt is just too risky"?
Yeah, they'll say that the dummies had too much radiation, and it's just safer to send robots.
That's what I'm thinking. That they're going to come back and say, "Well, just too risky to send up real live men to the moon. Just too much radiation."
That's what I think is going to happen. Yes.
So, all right. I'm out of here. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. All right, let's get to it. We got Melodome in the house. Austin, is that you?
What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Chilling.
Awesome. Thanks for your help with the summit. Much appreciated.
Yeah, man, that was great.
Good times. All right, your clock is going to start whenever you're ready. What do you got to talk about tonight? What's on the agenda? What's on the clipboard?
Not much.
All right.
Just got off work. I was just hopping on because no one was hopping on, but I can talk a little bit about some homeschool stuff.
Okay, I want to hear that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are starting homeschool and stuff, and so we got 3 boys. We got a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 2-year-old, and me and my wife, we homeschool, and we're in the state of Florida, and we go through this program called Florida Unschoolers, where they allow the parents to create their own curriculum. And so we basically can do whatever we want. We create our own curriculum. And what we have been doing is we just order our own material. Like we'll order workbooks that we approve, obviously, depending on subjects and stuff like that. And so our 10-year-old will do like, for example, this week we did a spelling list, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it'd be like 10 to 12 words. And so every day, Monday through Thursday, we'll do school. And Friday, we don't do any school. We'll do like go to the park or go do something outside. But Monday through Thursday, my 10-year-old has a spelling list. We'll do it verbally. And then he has to write it down each word 3 times. And at the end of the week, he has to do that test. But then every day also, he has to do like he has some assignments in a workbook. He has arithmetic, some math. He was doing division today and yesterday. And then with my 6-year-old, we're doing the alphabets with them, learning how to write capital letters and stuff like that. I'd say the first 10 to 12 years, I say just work on grammar, how to read, how to write, punctuation. That's the only thing they need to work on. Basic arithmetic, stuff like that.
Oh, but what about like Thanksgiving and how Columbus sat down with the Indians, had a little meal? You don't teach that?
No.
Oh.
No.
Weird.
The only thing they know about Thanksgiving is that families having a dinner together.
Nice.
that family members are coming over
Teaching them well.
For a dinner. That's all they know.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, man, it's working out. It's
so they don't.
out.
There's no requirements of, like here in California, they have to pass certain tests, and so it's not. It is homeschooling, but you still have a curriculum that you have to go by. So there's nobody who's tests them at all or anything.
No.
Wow, that's nice.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's a program that my wife Kaylee found, Florida Unschoolers, and because we didn't want to give them the shots and all that, and And then next step was just pulling them out right before COVID happened. So we were like, yeah, we're done with all this. So
That's awesome, dude. And I bet a lot of people look up to you for that. And I know I'm one of them. My son went to.
Hey, and there's real quick.
Yeah.
There's also a little playlist that I have on my channel called Homeschooling. It's titled Homeschooling, and there's all kinds of videos that are on there, and I add stuff to it, and it's all kinds of different things. It just, you can pause it and do a little discussion with them, and keep going. It's all kinds of different subjects, different topics, everything, from bones to how to read a clock to all kinds of things.
All right. Do you think that the reason we have the 212s is because it's that easy to hide shit from us?
Oh yeah, dude. Yes.
I mean, that's so pathetic.
Yes.
It's so pathetic that if it would have been a 24-hour hand clock on our wrists, that some people might have caught on and like, wait a second. So isn't the hour hand just where the sun is? But because they made it 212s, nobody's that smart.
Yeah,
it's that easy to fool us.
Yeah, because it is that easy. Because when you talk to people about the sky clock, I had Harmon. He hopped on the call-in show I did last night, and Harmon was saying this last night. But when you talk to someone about the sky clock, about the sun counting the hours and the days, and the moon counting the months, and so on and so forth, that resonates with people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I absolutely think that.
Yeah, it's certainly weird because once you see it and you look at the Flat Earth app or whatever, you're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much, Taking Back Eden, for the super chat. I saw somebody else with a super chat. The Plain Life says, I try to pick my favorite people and play all night on my computer to give the views, even though I'm not watching or listening. Does this help at all? Yes, it does.
Yep.
It does help. So very nice of you. Hopefully it's me every time, and if not, well, then you have really bad taste and discernment. So what else you got for me, Austin?
That's it, bro.
All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. And hopefully work's going well for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's been cold, man. It got a cold front coming down here. So
dude, it got cold here in California quick. I went from crying about it being too hot, now crying because it's too cold.
Yeah, right.
I either am wearing no pants at all or I'm wearing thermals like tonight. So it's just one or the other. There's never an in between here. All right. Much love. Peace.
All right, bro. Peace.
That was the Melodome. Check him out over there. They've got some awesome shows, awesome guys there. Let's check some people in the chat. There's a roof on the studio, Jaren. There's a roof on the studio. Okay, don't get it. Should I get that? Don't, probably don't. Hope you are preparing your children to save your life situation. It's a.
What the hell? That's how too much.
Oh, thank you. Another super chat. Let me get down there. Big Pine sailing in the house. What up, Big Pine? How are you? Hope you're well. I did just see it. I don't see it again. If the sun weren't millions of miles away, maybe it wouldn't be so cold here. Yeah, I know. It's just and actually right now it's 3 million miles closer. So don't forget that. Actually, we still got a whole nother month of it getting closer and closer to us, and that's exciting. I love to look at the sun way far away out in the south and be like, wow, that's so close to me, so much further in July when it's beating down on my head and I can't even see straight. So hot. Makes sense. It's good to know I'm broke. I'm broke too. The only thing I can do is give them likes and watch their stuff. There we go. Thank you very much. We've got What's Up with Joe Rogan interview with Graham and the Sound Tesla combo. Sorry, must not be for me. We've got anybody else in here that I recognize? Jordan, Little Brady Jordan says the GOAT. So what if the Mayan calendar was read wrong? 12/20/21/12 instead of 12/21/2012. Well, then you got to leak and probably do a spacewalk or something like that. No, I don't know. What does that mean? If they got it wrong, then they got it wrong. And so, what does the Mayan calendar call for? Planet X comes through and chupacabras jump off and start singing that Indian music again. Hello, Nakana. Sorry, I don't want to do that anymore. It's fun though. You guys should try it at home. If you're ever bored, just do some Indian music singing, and you'll enjoy yourself. Let's check the call board over here. We're going to check the phone lines. I might open them up real quick. Let me see how much money I've got saved on this thing. Okay, we're going here. Tomorrow's show should be good. If you guys missed the summit, you missed a good time. A lot of good presentations. I thought Brian from High Impact Flicks knocked it out of the park. I thought Peggy did great. I thought Dave did well. I mean, everybody who gave a presentation did quite well. And then we had Ronnie the Rat show up and tear up the floorboards as he went on his rat-like behaviors. And then we had Owen Benjamin close it out, basically slamming crypto the whole time, which was fun. It's enjoyable. But it's funny. I came back. He was trying to call me. I said, hold on. I'm selling all my Bitcoin right now as we speak. No, but then he texted me yesterday and said, by the way, Bitcoin will be back up. I'm like, yeah, I know that. It's coming back. I know that. Just a matter of time, I guess. And again, just a warning for crypto people. How many times have we said, if you're in my groups, you know this. If you're on patreon.com/Jeranism, you know this. But we don't leave any of our money ever on exchanges. Why? Because this is what happens. And to those who keep saying, haha, crypto crashed. No. Wake up, smell the coffee, figure out what you're talking about before you just go pipe off. Crypto has not crashed. It has not had anything wrong with it the entire time. What's wrong with it is that people keep trusting third parties. What's the definition of cryptocurrency? A person-to-person digital exchange of value without the need of a third party. So what does everybody do? Go gives their money to third parties. Coinbase, FTX, Crypto.com, BlockFi, you name it. You're just giving your money to third parties who are the only people who can possibly lose it. And what are they doing? They're losing it. Okay. They're trying to float money like the banks do, only they don't get bailouts. So that's doesn't really work that well. We're going to sign in here. So, and again, I'll just warn you of the central bank digital currency. When the United States government comes out with that, and then everybody starts using it, and then everyone's like, see, I told you crypto was going to be our downfall. That's not crypto. That's just digital cash. It's what we already have now, only digitally, so that they can even protect it more, and they can know exactly what you're doing, what you're buying, where you buy it from. So it's a terrible thing, and you need to object to it 100%. We don't need it. What crypto brings us is the ability to exchange value person to person without the need of a third party. So the government cannot be like, hello, look at this crypto we made. It's like, well, who's supposed to use it? Me and another guy, and you created it? That's not person to person without a third party. That's person to person with a third party who happens to be a government who has created a coin that will be inflationary and you'll be able to print as much as you want. It's the same thing, but people still don't get it. How could you expect them to? Let's look at the text real quick. And we've got one from 33 minutes ago from 909. Ken, thank you very much for typing in your cell phone number into the message. That don't know what that means. All right, we got 951. He says, I like to talk about flat Earth. Been hearing your show for years now. Firm believer. EDC, ready to talk. All right. We've got 310 says hello. We've got, what is today? November the 17th. We might be out of it already. Let's check. We've got this one. Nope. He's not getting it. Nope. Hey, Jaren, have a dupe reading new to a lime or Nope. Nope. Whoever this Christian was that came in and was like having a bad time last time. The one who said, Jaren, I would like to talk. I'm Christian. I'm abused by Christians, but I have big faith. Please pick me. Also, flat earther. Please pick me. I know you're not Christian. Pick me. That one guy. Please call in if you want to. Type in. Let's see here. How much money do I have? I'm going to open up the phone lines. Let's do it. Hold on one second. Let's get this going. If I can figure out where to go. Main settings. Oops, sorry. I didn't see you didn't have anything on. You want to watch me do this? There you go. You happy now? Let's see where we've got to go. I don't remember. This is where we go to here. Oh, do I still have this phone number? I think so. Oh, maybe I don't. Wait, save? Routed to the call-in line, yes. Okay. And my shows. There we go. And the show. And start as show as host. And max calls, we'll do 2. 2 max calls. Auto screen, I'm going to disable the auto screen or just come on and say hi. We are going to do all that. Save and start show. Okay, so the phone lines are open if you want to call in. And that number is as it was on the screen moments ago and now is missing. Where's that number? Huh. Did we? Well, oh, there it is. 888-698-FLAT. That's where you want to go. 888-698. There we go. We've got the first person. Let's go to 909. Ken, you are on Speaker's Corner. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, I didn't go into the host room. That's why you're not getting. Yes, I'm ready.
Ready to connect.
Yes, I'm ready.
Click connect to
yes,
show
I'm
now.
Ready. Yes, click connect. Okay, thank you. All right, let's try now. Now, are you there? 909. 909. Let's return to queue real quick. I'm going to see if it's because I picked it up. Let's try it again. Now, 909, you're on the air. Go. Ready, set, go. 909. 909er. We are going to drop you. Call back in. We're going to drop call. It might have something to do with I picked up the line before I was connected as the host. I believe I'm connected now. And we just need you to call back. Oh, wait. I can call back? Never seen that before. 909, are you there? We have not ever had issues with the soundboard or with the call board with people not talking. But can you hear me? I guess, what am I doing? You can't hear me. You can't respond to me. All right, let's have one other person try. I'm going to drop that call. Let's see if somebody else calls in, if it was your bad or if... drop call and drop. Nope, that's me. Drop call. Okay. 215. Let's see if 215 can clean it up for us. 215, welcome. Does the phone lines work? Is it working or not? 215. Why wouldn't this be working? We've never had any issues with this. What's this side? Hang up. Oh. Boom. Now let's try it.
Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Call-In
I was in the
Studio
host
web
room the whole
interface.
time. Let's try 215. You there?
Yes, I am here. Hey, Jaren.
Sweet. What's up?
Hey, yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime.
Wow. First time calling in.
Congrats.
You know, yeah, thanks. I guess I could say real quick, thoughts on the Artemis launch. I know you and Dave had a really cool live stream. I'm a little surprised. I just don't feel like I'm hearing much about it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything either. And somebody told me they're already sending pictures back or something. I've not seen one. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen anything. That's why I'm just shocked, because this is supposed to be the big return. It's just like, it feels like another SpaceX launch.
Well, because there's nobody on it. This is just like a little practice run or something. Let me see. This is a spectacular view shared of Earth. I don't know. So, I mean, we just watched it take off. I kind of figured they were getting close to not, they already told people they wouldn't be able to launch if they couldn't get it off then. So I kind of figured they would do it. And, well, they launched it somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, it was, it was already pointed out, like, oh, it's already doing a parabola, like right when it took off. I was kind of surprised how fast it parabola. I don't even think SpaceX does that fast on their launches. So that was kind of a shock. I know it's a larger rocket too, so we could see it more. But yeah, I mean, I'm really like kind of pumped about this, because I feel like we're going to have some really good content for you guys to really pick this stuff apart. Because
I think so too.
Kind of dry lately, because you can only do SpaceX so much. I know you guys had a really great segment on Globebusters about the YouTuber. Really did a nice job dissecting that, and that's the stuff we like to see, because I mean, it's tough to get wrapped up in it, and to see someone actually look critically at it. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, because too many people just believe it just because it's on TV and from the news, and like it couldn't possibly be anything else. Couldn't possibly be a lie.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to when they start. I'm hearing they're going to have a camera on board and they're going to take images.
That's what I heard too. Now I already see one image here. I'll see if I can get it up on the screen. Kind of losing which one I've got here. Right now, I don't want right side. I don't want that. Okay, let me try this. See if you can see it too. Oh, you're on the phone. Are you watching the show?
I am. I got you
Okay.
on my TV, but I think there's a delay. I'm not sure. So
Yeah, I'll just show you. Thank you for the super chat. I see a red one over there. Holy smokes, Charlie! Charlie. Is that Canadian or is that cash? Open up the calls. Folks call in. Also drink a beer. I do not drink alcohol because I like my body to function. So let me grab this. Charlie, that is an awesome super chat. Let me bring this up for you, though. Okay, you guys can see this. This is a video I found on Twitter, I guess. I just looked up Artemis launch video just to see if there was any video. And I can't really see this. I want to see it a little bigger. Looks like it's like it's supposed to have the Earth behind it. I don't know. Let me show you. Okay, now I'm going to bring this up. What is this one? Lefty. Okay. We're going to bring this up. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Can you see this? And then I'll press play on it. It's the first time I've seen this. So I don't know what this is supposed to be.
Supposed to be fake.
Well, it certainly is. I don't know if it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, that's awful.
It's really bad. And I'm like,
yeah.
Kind of see. Oh, I thought that was like a circle on the ground, but yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Besides crap. All right, go ahead. Continue.
Was that released today?
November 16th at 2:52 a.m.
Okay.
Let's see if there's more on this
Well,
channel. I'm going to the Artemis Twitter just to see if there's more. There's the fireworks. Look at the fireworks. Wait, why do they come out of the ground? They're
And here we go.
Those are freaking fireworks. Those are the same ones you get, the Safe and Sane ones. They're called El Diablo. $150 a pack. You can get like 70 pieces. You're going to be bored of it after about 5 minutes. But that is fireworks. That is not anything but...
Igniters initiate.
I don't understand what those are. They're clearly just fireworks.
And here we go.
10.
Hydrogen burn-off igniters initiate. 7, 6, 5. 4-stage engine start. 3,
even looks
2,
like a model.
1.
It does.
Boosters in ignition.
Boosters in ignition.
Liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together back to the moon and beyond.
Wow, I didn't see that either. So watch. I always trip out when I get these. Let's see if I can get it forward here a little bit. Watch this area here, and like watch the ripples in kind of this area here. You just see like a bunch of ripples, which again, somebody's just say, oh, it's because it's so loud and shaking so hard. But watch it. It doesn't look right.
And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together.
See that?
Back to the moon and
yeah.
And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together. Boosters in and liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together back to the moon and beyond.
All 4 RS-25 engines on the core stage and 2 solid rocket boosters now propelling the vehicle at 128 miles per hour. Hearing good control on the roll from teams in Michigan.
Oh, and then we got the Crypt Keeper here. He's got a good second gig for his life. It's not bad. And what else we got here? Oh, this thing's gonna land on the moon, I believe it. Another penis rocket. Nice. We've got some girl. We've got some people. Oh, here's another.
What gets me is too. They launched this thing at like really late at night.
Yeah.
On the East Coast. Like I just feel like it. I don't know. You know, it just feels like a real. It just feels shady that they did it. I know they do night launches before, but wasn't like the original launch supposed to be during the day? And it just seems like they were trying to cover something up. I mean, we know they are, but just.
Yeah, nothing is real about this at all. It's just so bad. What is back here? Oh, it's just a reflection or something? Oh, I see. I don't need. Well, these are all their. What is this thing? Oh, you stupid Twitter.
Yeah, that footage of the Earth. That doesn't look right. It looks like someone holding a ball in a sound studio, shining a light on it, a flashlight or a spotlight.
All right. Any final words? I'm going to let you go. We've overdone your time there.
Oh no, that's it. Thanks for having me on, and
Thanks.
keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it. Let's go back to the StreamYard. Let's go back to Kenneth Chamberland.
Yes.
You have the show on. You got to turn the show off. Okay, you good? I'll give you another chance.
Working?
There's the echo is because you have the show on YouTube or on Rokfin, and then also on the StreamYard tab. So when you go to StreamYard to get ready to talk to me, turn off the other locations because you can hear the show on this channel here at StreamYard. Alrighty, so let's try one more time.
Okay.
No. You have something
Throw that phone way over there. How's that?
much better.
Okay, yeah, Jerem, what I'd like to bring up is that I was wondering, because you guys do a lot of studying, and like, all the ancient rocks and pyramids and everything hanging around?
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering, is that possibly like the creators, those are templates? Like when you see like all the stones that are molded, like if the creator could make mountains, couldn't he just take a piece of his rock out and make those stones that are all fitted together modularly?
Yes.
And there's just so much. I think if somebody like your group, Flat Earthers, because I don't have the education enough and I just have ideas, and you never hear no one speaking about like if these could be the creators' templates for geometry. I mean, it's all there. Like all the pyramid carvings, they know they can't do that with bronze tools.
Right.
Yeah, it's just the same shade as Flat Earth. It's all cold denial. And I was wondering if you guys can do a side thing about finding out about if these are just templates, that this was actually after God, or I hate saying God, right? After the creation of the earth, that entity then started, it had to make void and started actually making stuff instead of just the mountains, then actually adding geometry, math, everything, and all that stone is just him actually finding his earth.
It's possible. I mean, for me, I don't even know if I can bank anything on the pyramids at all. I mean, for all I know, they were built in 1810.
Yeah, see, I'm in construction, and are you saying like those things could be actually just phony props?
Well, no, but I think they could be like a poured kind of like a hempcrete or something like that. Like a
I work concrete. I hear what you're saying about that.
Yeah.
But and then what about all the Maya stuff? The same thing. It's just all the Earth's just one big like prop, because all those stone walls.
It's not a prop. It's that they may want to make things look older than they are, or make things look more distant than they are.
Right. Yeah.
And so it'd just be very easy for them to tell whatever story they want. We're going to believe it, and they're in charge of the books. They put the books out. So.
Oh yeah. No, I follow you on all that. But no, I was just like I say, I was just thinking if that's actually all that stuff is left behind from actually the creator that created this universe, that then he took all this dirt and rocks and then start making geometry. It's like when you see those little nodules on those big stones, and they're all, well, what's those little tits on the stones?
Mm-hmm.
Like if we were created in the image of him, you take Play-Doh, and I'll bet you anybody screwing around with one of those balls and molding it will do a little pinch and make one of those little nodules. Like we're creating in his image. I can just almost see it in the stonework.
Right. I'll have to look into it. I'll ask the guys to look into it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jeremy. And it's nice finally meeting you. This is the Knights Templar I spoke to you about 2 years ago.
All right. Well, nice to finally meet you.
Peace out, brother.
All right, I'll let you go. Later. Okay, let's go with the person who's destined to last about 13 seconds, I'm guessing. But we'll see. Maybe can behave
Why?
themselves.
I loved the Artemis launch. That was fantastic.
I'm sure
I
you did.
watched. Yeah, I watched Red's Rhetoric followed it, and he followed it on its second pass around the Earth.
Nice. So what?
Yeah.
So he saw it disappear in the sky, and then he picked it back up when it came around.
That's my understanding. Yes.
Oh, I have not seen it.
Yeah. And also, I love that picture you had of the Earth framed by the Artemis a spacecraft. That was great.
Yes, the one I just showed. Do you mean with the little Earth behind it, the little ball?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's
Mhm.
a couple of them. They're great.
I haven't seen them yet. I'm gonna have to look at the
They
other ones.
refute flat Earth. It refutes the flat Earth.
Oh, sure it does.
Right
yeah,
there.
yeah, unverified.
Yeah.
It's one organization who gets to go up there and show that image, and you call that proof. So I get it.
No, do you have evidence that it's faked?
No, do you have evidence that it's real besides from one source?
Yes.
What's the
Yes,
what's
I
the
do
evidence?
have evidence it's
Okay,
real.
what's the evidence?
Red's Rhetoric. It's independent people.
So it's somebody
filming it.
filming something in the sky means that it's going to the moon.
It means that the launch was real.
Okay, I didn't say the launch wasn't real.
Well, some flat earthers don't admit that launches.
I'm
are
not
real.
some flat earthers. If you want to call that show, there's a show out there. I'm sure it's called Speaker's Corner, some flat earthers version.
Right. We can see rockets when they launch. We can see them enter space.
We don't see. That's the most ridiculous statement ever made.
That's not true. That's false. No,
We see them
it is
enter
absolutely
space.
true. Yes. Yes.
Okay. All righty.
You can tell. You can tell by the exhaust. It widens out.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you know that
space
it's in space.
60 miles high.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We
Yes,
see
that's how you can tell.
Yeah, we see it enter space at 60 miles.
It
Gotcha.
enters space.
Yep.
And then you can see the plume. You can see the plume start to spread out. Instead of being just a column, it spreads out. That's when
so you
it's
saw that
entering
with
into
Artemis,
space.
you're saying?
In multiple rocket launches, you can see it
I
happen.
asked you,
not
did you
just
see it in Artemis?
I didn't see it in Artemis, but you
Okay.
can see it in multiple launches.
From the ground?
Yes.
Do you realize how
Yes.
far something would be away from the ground before it reached 60 miles high?
About 60 miles.
Now, how far out would it be?
About 60 miles, right?
I think it'd be more than that.
So
we can't see that. Can't see that far.
why not? Why can't we see 60 miles?
I know you think we see trillions of miles, so it doesn't surprise me
Well,
that you think we can see.
The moon is 200. The moon is 240,000 miles
I know
away.
what I know what
Yeah.
your priests have taught you. Yes, 248,000, 38,000, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yes, somewhere
Yes.
in there. Yes.
Right.
Yes, and we can see it. The sun is 93
So what's
million miles away.
what's your thought
and we can
about
see
the
it.
inverse square law of light when it comes to the moon?
What about it?
Okay, so do you know how the inverse square law works?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does it mean? So if we got half the distance to the moon, how much brighter would it be?
How much brighter? No,
Correct.
I don't know. I haven't done the calculation, so I don't
well, it's
know.
not very difficult calculation. If you know what the inverse square law of light is, it means for every half, how much does it multiply the brightness by? Why do I have to know these things? And
By
you don't have
one
to know?
half.
No.
Right. So
it's by 4. Okay, so every time you get half the distance, it's 4 times as bright. That's the inverse square law. It works for gravity. It works for electromagnetism. It works for all over the place. It's the same number over and over again. Okay, so if halfway to the moon, which means let's take it at 240,000 miles. Okay, halfway to the moon at 120,000 miles, it would be 4 times as bright as it is from Earth. And let's just say, for argument's sake, that it's 10 lumens bright on Earth, and it actually doesn't matter because we're going to be looking at a factor, not the lumens. But let's say it's 10 lumens to start. So we have at 120,000, it would then be what? 40 lumens, right? You type it in inverse square law, make sure I'm on the right pace or what? Is that correct?
Huh? The moon emits about very little as far as lumens. It doesn't.
Okay,
emit
so
even
what I said
10.
is, I just said it doesn't matter what number we put there. What do you want to call it? Call it any lumens you want. The factor is the same, so call it whatever you want. Name what you want to call it? 1 lumen, half lumen, 37 lumens, or 475 lumens? You tell me.
It's close to 0.
Okay, so what number? Can we call it 0.5? Can we call it 0.5 lumens?
Okay.
Or 1. Call it 1. 1 lumen. Easier math, okay? So that means at 120,000 miles, it would be 4 lumens, okay? And then at 60,000, it would be 16 lumens. See where we're going with this? Correct? Hello?
Let
Sorry.
me see.
Yeah, so then at 30,000, it would be 64 lumens. At 15,000, it would be times 4 equals 256 lumens. At 7.5 thousand, it would be 1,024 lumens. At 3.2, what would that be? No, sorry, that's bad math. 3.75 would be times 4 again, 4,096 lumens. At half of 3.75 would be 1.8-ish. Okay, at 1.85, let's say, it would be times 4 again equals 16,384. And then let's just bring it one more, so we're 1,000 miles away from the moon. So we'll half that, let's say it's 0.9. Okay, so now we are...
Your math is wrong.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't listen to you because you had no idea what
The
we were even
moon-
doing.
The moon's illumination and in lumens is 0.3 lumens per cubic meter.
Dumb shit. Listen to me one more time. It doesn't matter what that number is. The factor stays the same. We're calling it 1 just for fun. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm not going to listen to you again. Tell me, well, that's not what the real... We don't care what the real light of the moon is. The factor is the same. So listen again. If it's 1...
It's spread out over the surface of a sphere.
Okay, listen to me. So then we're at 1,000 miles away from the moon. Okay. And we just figured out at 1,000 miles from the moon, it would be 65,536 lumens. That means it's 65,536 times as bright as it is from the Earth. Now look at a full moon. Go outside and look at the full moon. Look how bright it is. Now picture that when the men went to the moon, it was 65,000 times as bright. Do you think that we would have been able to see anything? Do you think they would have been able to do anything on the moon?
Your math is wrong.
My
just
math
like
is
with
perfect. My
one
math is
for
fucking perfect.
everything.
My math
No,
is
it
perfect.
isn't.
What's
You
wrong with
don't
it?
know what you're doing.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, you don't know what you're doing. So
This is how dumb you are.
The lumens of the moon is 0.3 lumens per cubic meter.
It doesn't fucking matter. The factor matters 65,000 times. It's the same whether it's 0.3, 1.6, 97, or 154.
Matter.
The factor's the same. What a fucking
that's
dumb piece of shit you are.
5.6.
I can't deal with just idiots. You can't call me and tell me how dumb I am with math when you don't get it. You don't fucking get it. How hard is it to figure out the factor stays the same? If we did it with 0.3, you wanted me to do it with 0.3, do you realize we'd still get to 65,536 times? Are you too stupid to realize what a factor means? Obviously, yes. Harmon, save me before I have a conniption.
How you doing?
All right, holy shit, Elaine Michael, what the hell's going on?
I'm not going to cut my hair or my beard for a year.
Nice.
So that's what I decided to do. Anyway, he's reading right off this Google. I Googled it with him. But he's wrong. It says he didn't read the whole thing. He omitted it. What a dildo. Anyway, we are 384,000 kilometers from the moon. They always got to put it in different things that we don't understand.
Of course they do that.
So that's 5.6 E17 lumens for the total spread over the globe. So it's 5 lumens.
5 lumens, okay.
Spread out through the globe, but it says right there, and even that he omitted that because he read everything but the 5.6 lumens.
And then trying to tell me I'm wrong. It's so funny.
I know he's screwing. Okay, I want you to do me a favor real quick.
Yes, sir.
Can you pull up? I want to learn. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Okay.
Can you pull up suncalc.org?
Sure.
Please.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay, I put in Modesto.
Okay. Let me go.
Put in Modesto.
SunCalc. Am I wanting to show people or people wanting to see this or what?
Either one. Yeah, you can show them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get over there to pop players.
Because maybe I'm interpreting this wrong. I've been looking at this for like 4 years. And maybe I've been wrong the whole time.
I don't know what happened to my browser solo window. Hold on. Let me go with this one and fix this. Properties. We need to go left screen is display 2. Okay. And then we got oh boy. What happened here? 1 second. This whole thing is not working. Okay. Let's move this one. I'm just going to cover your face up with this thing. All right. So we've got.
No problem.
Okay. So now you said put it in Merced? Modesto?
The SunCalc. Yeah, Modesto.
Okay. I'm there.
That's not what it should look like.
Hold on. SunCalc.
That's not suncalc.org.
Oh, suncalc.org, not net. Org. This one.
Yes.
Okay. Now you want me to put in Modesto, you said?
Yeah. I don't think that's still. You have to wait till it zooms in. I have it where it's set where it comes up.
Okay,
Zoomed in
Modesto,
already.
California. I'm already there looking at it. Oh, sorry. I have to kind of get a different screen. But go ahead.
Okay, Modesto. At the top, you see that ball on the left on the slide bar?
Ball on the left on the slide bar. I see a
Slide.
up top.
Go above that. It's but you scroll down a little bit so you can get the whole picture in there.
Yeah, I got the whole picture.
Okay, you see where it says Modesto?
Yes.
Above there, there's a slide bar.
Yeah, all the way at the top.
You're not up high enough.
The slide bar
Yeah,
that
keep on.
does the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it up there.
Okay. And you go down to the azimuth and those things right there. Azimuth is 339.
Azimuth 330. Okay.
Okay, that's your location. Okay, that's the location of the sun at the time. So if you take that and click on that ball, which I call it the sun because I think that's what they want to represent,
Okay.
and you slide it all the way to the end, 24 hours to the end, to midnight again, the other side,
Right.
and it should be same thing. It's 339 degrees, right?
Where do you see the degrees? I'm trying to see that. Hold on. 339 degrees.
Azimuth.
Where does it say that though?
Okay, if you look at Modesto, you go down, it says solar data, it says dawn, sunrise, confirmation, sunset, dusk, daytime. Keep going down, it says altitude, then it says azimuth.
Okay, I see azimuth. But this was 8.14 degrees.
Okay, what time are you at now? What time is that ball at? Yeah, but you got to move the ball.
Okay, so where do you want me to stop the ball?
Just put the ball all the way to the left where it's 00 hours.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And you should have 339 azimuth.
Azimuth for me says 8.14 degrees. I don't know if you could do something to change that number or something, but that's what this says.
I'm on Modesto, California, Sandusky County.
Oh wait, so where it says altitude negative 71.21.
No, my azimuth says 339.45. Are you on? Is that little slider sun? Is it on 000? Exactly all the way to the left? You can go.
Yes, it's on 000 UTC -8 17th November 2022. Right?
Where are you reading that? Minus. Where are those you reading that?
Right here.
So the altitude should be 35 and the azimuth should be 39.
No, I don't have that, but I think I could maybe come out this way and go. Should be at what? 3 what?
339.
Okay, well I can get it to 339, but then it's set back a little bit. That's like 23 hours 20 minutes according to this one.
Okay, so if you go, okay, so what is your thing? Does it say Modesto, California on yours?
Modesto, California, yes.
Okay, I don't know why it's different on mine. Anyway, go all the way to your zeros. What does it say on the azimuth?
All the way to the zeros is 8.14.
Okay, you're at 8.14. Okay, and you take it all the way to the end to 23. It should say 8.14 again. That's 24 hours. You're back where you started, right?
It's a little bit different. It's 7.35.
Well, mine goes exact zeros out. Okay, so now this is what I've always argued with it, that the sun, you said, moves 15 degrees an hour. Okay, so you move it 1 hour, it should go 15 degrees from what you got. From your 8, it should go to 23.
Okay, got you.
What did it go to?
Let's see. So I'm starting at 8. Let me go 24 hours exactly. Let me see what this is.
No,
I mean, sorry, 1 hour exactly. So this is at 0. So I'm going to go to it's exactly 1. So we're at 8.14. 8.14 degrees.
Should be 23 something. You're right around 23 is close enough.
1. I can't get it right on 1. Yeah, nope, 59.
But close enough. Okay, that's good enough.
44.19.
44, and it should be 23 for 15 degrees. So how many degrees did it move?
20 more than 15.
Right. There's some places during the afternoon time it moves 38 to 40 degrees. And then in the morning times it'll only move 8 to 7 degrees. If you go through that whole slide bar and go each hour by hour and see how much it moves.
Hold on. So from 11 it has 166.03 at 11, and then at 12 a little further, 12, oops, I had it, 12, there, is 183.09, 183.09, which is 15 exactly right. 76 would be 10, 86 would be 20, so it's 86 minus 4, or minus 3, so actually not quite, it'd be about 18 degrees there. So you're just saying that based on this,
No, go to 12. Go to 12.
I am at
Keep
12.
going. Just checking a few more.
Okay, so let's go to 1. 1 o'clock is right about there. I don't know, 200 from 183. So that's another
18 degrees.
17, 18 degrees, right? Then
Right.
To 2 o'clock is to 214, so a little less than 15. 214.21, so 14 plus. Go to 15. 1502, 15 there. Okay, I can't. There, 15. 227.18, 227.18. So that's only 13 degrees. Okay, so I get that it's not 15 each degree, but no one's ever said anything other than.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
Right. I understand. It's close. Okay, that Modesto is a unique spot. Okay. Now type in Tokyo, Japan.
Tokyo, Japan. Okay.
Go to the zeros. I'm gonna see if we get the same thing. I don't know why we wouldn't get the same thing.
Okay, so I'm going to the zeros, and my azimuth shows 26.21.
Let me see. I'm gonna type mine in real quick. I can't believe they make it that hard. I got to type the whole thing in. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, what is yours now? Just do it. I don't need to get to it.
26.21.
26.21, and go. Okay, let's go to 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, 8 o'clock in the morning is at. Okay, we got 129.32.
Okay, 15 onto that is
134.32.
144.
144.32. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So now put an hour ahead.
Yeah.
Go to 9.
It should be 144.
9 is 141.46.
So it's less. Okay, so 141 for 15 is 156.
Yep.
Okay. Go to 10 o'clock. It should be 156.
10 there. 155.93.
So that's almost right. 15. So 15 more would be 170.
Okay, we're going to 11 is 172.
Okay, so that's 17. And then so at 15 onto that would be 187.
187, and we got here 12. Come on. Close enough. 12 is 189.48.
Okay, so it's 17 again. So 189.
Yeah.
So add 15 to that. That's 195. 195.
No, would be 205. 205. You mean at 1?
From 180?
Yeah, we should be at
205. Well, you said 180. It's 179, 180 plus 15 is 195.
No, it was 189 point something.
Was it 189? I thought it was 179. Go back and look. It's 179.
We went 156, 172, 189. So now we should
be
189
at what time?
Right, an hour before. 189.
So it should be 205.
Yeah. So 205 at 1, and it's 206.07.
Okay, that's pretty tight. I'm just making sure it's right. And then
to me, I'm just thinking in my head real quick. It would seem pretty consistent right in this area.
No, that's consistent.
But it wouldn't be consistent over here. And also, if you look at this, is not going in any circle. This is a oval. Look where the sun travels. See how it's right
that's
here.
What of course it appears to you. That's where it appears.
Right. So
that's the parent sun.
So would a circle go around an oval at 15 degrees an hour?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Right.
But I got some big movements. I had Tokyo. Yeah.
And would it be more extreme the further away you were than the sun? It's like if we went way north.
I think it's more extreme. It's more extreme the closer you are.
Okay.
Like in the afternoon time, it moves from there.
Nice.
Tokyo auto body. That is freaking thing. And yours says Tokyo, Japan, right?
Well, now I moved my thing. I'm over at Yanda Bay now.
Okay.
I just went way north. I wanted to see what happens if you go way north. Let's see what happens here. So the more north you are, the more circular the pattern is. Notice that.
Okay.
So I'm guessing the more close to 15 degrees it would be. Let's see here. At 11, we've got... Sorry, that's not 11. It's kind of... Wait, can you type the numbers here? Oh, that would have been easier to do that each time. Okay.
Type in what number?
I've typed in 11.
Oh, the time.
I don't know how to get it off the screen though. Start animation from. Oopsie. Stop animation. Okay. So I don't know what I did now. That's not. Don't do it that way. I lied. Now my scroll bar's stuck. What did I do? What? I don't know what's going on with this thing. Can I get back somewhere else? All right, let's try it now. So we're going here. We're in some bay, and we're going to go to 11. And at 11, it is 11. Get on there, 11 on it. Okay, there we go. 11 is 160. So we should go to 175 at 12. And at 12, we are at 12. 175. And then we should go to 190 at 1. 190 at 1. Get over there. Shoot. It's pretty close. 189.19. So let's say 190. We'll go to 205 at 2. 205 at 2. 2. There. 203. Okay. So what is the point of this?
No, I didn't get it that way. So yeah, it's coming out around 15 degrees an hour. That's good. That's all. I was just making sure. I couldn't get that. Mine comes out different from my location. I don't know why it comes out so different.
Yeah, I don't know either because it has something to do with the angles too that we're looking at, which is kind of that Corey Kell that did that presentation at Flatoverfest last year. You know him?
Yes.
He talked about the angles to the sun. I think that's why he ended up being incorrect about what he was talking about because it does make a difference where you're at, what angle you're looking at the sun. So this is I went way down to the Antarctica. I just want to see if, and now it's more of an oval again. But you're right. It's weird that it's more of an oval when you're underneath the sun, huh?
Yes.
I don't know why that is. I got to think about that. I haven't really looked at sun calc much. I'm just gonna real quick put this. Oh no,
okay, then this is one other little thing to check out.
Yes.
Okay, you see the duration? I got this written down. Go to Sacramento again.
Yeah, real quick, just look at this. Is just
you.
I went right to the Mexico, and again now look, it's not even a circle. It's that little. It's like a little oval.
Yeah, but that's because you're not zoomed in or something. I don't know what's mine doesn't go out that far. I've never taken it out that far.
Right, but what I'm saying is now we shouldn't expect it to be 15 degrees an hour because it's not going in a circle. So it's going to have portions of the circle that need to move faster than that, and portions that are going to take longer than that.
Right, and it's major. Okay, let's go to the equator stuff. To the same daylight and same dark amount of hours.
Equinox.
Well, there is no equinox.
The date that they call the equinox.
Yeah, the date. Yeah, but it's not even close. Okay, I got yours written down here. Where's it at? Sacramento. Okay, go to Sacramento.
Type it in.
Yeah, go back to your Sacramento.
Okay.
And it'll be on today's date, right?
It is
your duration. The daylight duration is 13 hours and 44 minutes.
Where are you looking here? Daylight duration.
Above the azimuth.
Yeah, well, it says about 10 hours exactly.
Wow, how come mine is so different than yours?
Wait, so you've typed in Sacramento, California for the 18th of November?
Oh, it's on the 13th of August. Okay, I got the wrong date. Okay. That's why I'm so off on you.
That'll explain it.
It doesn't have the right date. Wow. I wonder why it doesn't have the right date. Let me go. Because the last time I looked on it was in August. That's why. I was going, now I got to today. Jeez, it was making me frustrated.
This is another one that has just kind of the weird oval shape too, so it's going to be off.
Okay, but your daylight is. I got 13 hours daylight duration for now. It went.
Daylight duration.
It went off that
I
place
have
again.
10 hours. Oh, I'm sorry. 10 hours exactly. It can't be.
Yeah, mine won't. Mine's not working.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 10 hours. Okay.
Seems about right.
So you got 10 hours of duration. Okay. Then go to the date, go to your calendar and go to
March 20th?
no.
Oh, thought we're doing equinox.
You are. Go to March 16th.
Okay.
What's your duration?
About almost 12. 2 minutes short.
11 hours and 59 minutes.
About that.
Yeah, that's what I got. So that's the closest you get to 12 hours, okay?
If you go to the 20th, it's not?
No, it's not even close. That's the closest you can get. Go to the 20th.
Yeah, 20 is about 8 minutes too long. 19 is 6 minutes too long. 18 is 3 minutes too long. And 17 is, 17's 12 hours, 1 minute. And then 16 is, so actually the 17th is one better. 17th shows.
Is 17 better than the 16th?
So it says 12 hours, 1 minute, 18 seconds. So it's 1 minute, 18 seconds off.
Well, I got 11 hours and 59 minutes and something. So it's either side. Okay. So now go to Bogota, Colombia.
Huh? Okay.
Go to Bogota, Colombia.
Bogota. Okay. Colombia.
And go to 19th February.
19 February date. 19
Yep.
February. Oops. Okay.
What do you got?
12 hours.
Yeah. In February.
February 19th, 2023. Why is that? And what happens if you put
I'm telling you, we don't know the path. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't know how it works. Go to Singapore. Watch this one.
Hold on, I'm still at March. I'm just trying to see what 16th, 12 hours, 5 minutes, 12, 17, 12 hours, 6 minutes. So you got to go backwards. 16, so like the 9th is 12 hours, 4 minutes. 5th, 12 hours, 3 minutes. Where is that? Is that close to the equator?
Bogota, Colombia. It's not real close. It borders Ecuador.
Oh, well, that's close.
Okay. So the 19th of February.
Hold on.
It's 12. It's the only one that came out perfect.
Okay. Yeah, there's other ones that
go to. Huh?
It doesn't seem like it moves much. Like the sun is right above them or something.
Right. Okay. Go to Singapore.
Singapore. Okay.
17th December.
17th of
I took hours looking into this stuff. That's why I want to see if I'm wrong.
December 17th of, okay.
12 hours, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
That's the closest you get to a perfect day, 12 and 12. Go put the 20th on it. March 20th if you want.
Yeah, 12 hours, 6 minutes.
Right.
So, I mean, what we've kind of known the whole time is that the equinox is a lie as far as the date, and everybody has equal day and night. It's kind of like just one of those props they do, right? Just like the water goes down opposite directions in each hemisphere. It's like a lie they tell to get the truth across.
I've got equinox, what we consider equinox, same day and stuff, all the way from June to December. So that's how much difference in the world. And that I don't know what it means because I'm not smart enough to figure it out. I just know what we call equinox. There's no such thing as an equinox. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
Or am I saying it wrong?
No, you're saying it right. I mean, the equinox definition would be that the sun is above the equator, correct?
No, it's the same amount of daylight and dark.
Well,
in the world, it's supposed to the terminating line is supposed to divide that ball right there. It has no way to go around it. In the globe model, it would be perfectly on the terminator line and be half light and half dark for 12 hours. That would be the globe model. Am I understanding wrong?
I think a little bit. I don't think I know what you're talking about. When you say wouldn't the terminator always cut half the ball?
No, because their tilt and everything like that makes it different. That's why you got seasons.
Yeah, but it still cuts.
That's why it's done on equinox.
But it still cuts half the ball. Can't do anything else, right?
I don't know if it does. I don't think so in their model. I don't know in their model if it does or not.
Well, it has to. Think about a sphere. It can only be lit half at
No,
a
I
time.
agree with you. I agree with you.
Right. So all it is,
But I'm not.
is
Yeah.
on one side, picture a globe leaning north. On one side of the sun, it's supposed to be the globe leaning north. On the other side of the sun, you still keep the same lean. So now it's leaning south, or the south is leaning forward, right? And then in the middle,
it's same. The sun supposed to hit the moon. It doesn't hit it all at the same time. It hits parts of it. So I think they say the same thing with the Earth. That's what I'm thinking. That's why it's dark in the south and it's light in the daytime and then in the summer, right? Am
so
I
that's-
wrong?
No, but the moon's a good example. Isn't the moon always half lit, according to their model?
Yeah, on the backside or whatever.
Right. So
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, it's always half lit. You're
Okay,
right.
So the Earth would be the same. It's just when it's leaning north towards the sun, then since it spins supposedly on this axis, then parts of the north would get more sunlight per 24 hours than they would if it was in the south, which is getting less. So I'm just
So
saying
the equinox is in the same amount of daylight and dark. It's not supposed to be 12 hours.
it's supposed to be.
Am I wrong?
No, you're supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
Because it should have the sun crossing only the equator's path. So that's why I was asking you as to that doesn't really make sense to me if it's where was that one that was way off? It wasn't that far off though. It was just because it was right underneath the equator, right? The Colombia one. Sorry.
Oh, that was Bogota.
Yeah.
Bogota, Colombia.
Because I'm guessing if you're right underneath
And
the
the one
equator,
right underneath it, go to Quito.
What is-
Quito is Ecuador. That's where they do all those fake things with the twirling of the water going down different ways and stuff.
How you
That's supposed to be
spell
the actual right on the equator.
how you spell it?
Quito with a Q.
Oh, Quito.
Quito.
Quito. Got it.
That's epicenter right there.
Okay, so I'm right on top of it, and it's got March 20th is 12 hours 7 minutes, 12 hours 6 minutes. March 31st, 12 hours 6 minutes.
Go to April 8th. I got it already down. I did so many.
April 8th, I still have 12 hours 6 minutes.
Right, that's as close as you get.
What?
Which is strange because Bogota. Yeah, that's as close as you get.
I keep picking different dates. It always says the same 12 hours 6
Yeah,
minutes.
because it's probably over the equator, or that's the sun's directly above you, probably.
So you want to hear something else that totally fucks us up?
What's
Is
that?
that sunrise takes place when the sun just peeks over the horizon, right?
Right.
Okay. So then what they call sunset is when the bottom of the sun hits the horizon.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was the top was gone.
No, I think that
Oh,
it's-
so it's setting when it touches. Okay.
so the amount of time in between there would always throw everything off because it's not a full track if you're counting it when it peaks above, but you're also counting when the bottom of the sun hits.
You want to hear a stranger one?
Yes.
In the same country of Ecuador, which isn't far away, is called Guayaquil.
Uh-huh.
Guess when they're the ones that's almost close as Bogota, having 12 hours and 0 minutes and 40. That's in June 20th in the same country in the same area.
I have a feeling if we look this up, that's what I would find out because it is weird that for some reason this Quito is 12 hours and 6 minutes constantly, but I'm guessing that is because of that sun issue. Hold on, I'm kind of confused by that now.
See, I've been trying to study this, and I've done it on my own. And I had no help, so I didn't know what to do. That's why you always say I'm not myself look back, but I'm just going off what I'm trying to figure out through this.
So wait, is that I don't understand. So they have 12 hours 6 minutes all year?
It's pretty much that's what it says.
Yeah, no matter what date
I
put
don't
in,
know.
whatever date I put in, it's going 12 hours and 6 minutes.
Right.
March 1st, 12 hours 7 minutes.
Well, I got on
that's weird.
Well, yeah, I had different Quito. I had the best one I had was April 8th. Let me type it in, see what mine says. Hang on.
April 8th.
See if I can get it right. If
Trying
it
to
matches
think.
what you're saying, if we're doing something different.
Very weird.
Quito.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that one. I have to look into it.
Quito, Ecuador. So I'm clicking on that right now. Okay, I have what are we looking at again?
I'm looking.
Oh,
At,
on the
I'm looking at keto and just was checking the daylight duration.
the daylight I have today. If it's today's, no, that's 13th August. It's still going to. I cannot change my date for some reason. Oh, it's probably because I'm not on. There it is. I got today's date, 17th November. So I want to go to. What is it today? What did you look what it was for today? What the hours
What are these?
were?
What are these big red lines when you zoom out?
I've never really zoomed out.
What is these? Oh, they look like eclipse passes, maybe, or so. Oh yeah, partial solar eclipse. 8/4/2024.
But you zoomed out. You see where Quito is, right?
Yes, on the equator.
Okay. So anyway, so I have today. They had 12 hours and 8 minutes and 14 seconds.
If you look, I think that's every day.
No, this mine I had on the when I did it myself on April 8th. I have 12 hours 6 minutes on April.
Okay, I
8th.
saw some 12/8, 12/6. Yeah, I saw both.
Yeah. So the best I got was April 8th. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We don't know where the sun, how the light. I think the light causes the sun. You know that. You know, I think it's a nexus point, like a magnifying glass. I told you that. That's just my theory.
I believe that too.
And so I just don't know. We don't know where the light. I think as the light is the source, which is you guys call it magnetic and stuff, power. Well, we don't know where it makes that nexus point show at all times. Is the light moving a little bit? Does it stay constant? It stays pretty constant, but does it move it enough that it does stuff like that? I don't know. You know, how far does because I know it doesn't just follow a circle.
Dude, I'm tripping out on something right now. I'm trying to think of this. Why would this be this way? Oh, because wait. So you can't see down here, but I'm looking down here. There's that little scale. You know, how can I show?
Yeah, 50 kilometers or something.
Yeah, so down here it says 500, but as I go south, I noticed that scale is growing.
Wow, that would be the real world, wouldn't it?
Well, I think it should. I'm thinking it should.
It would get bigger.
No, if it got bigger, though, wouldn't the scale get smaller?
Well, on a flat Earth, it would get bigger. If you went south.
No, the scale would get smaller. So picture if you have an inch is 500 miles, let's say. As you went to the outer edge, that should get smaller. A smaller section is 500 miles. Right?
Okay. Yeah,
now
I'm at 200. Mine's in kilometers right now. Anyway.
And when you move up and down, does it change drastically? But see, this is a flat map. That's why.
Okay.
That's not going to be a good.
And what made me start re-looking at this? You made a comment once on the show. You said that the sun goes directly above, like Miami. You said that one time. I don't know if you meant it or it was just being a representative.
The sun goes above the Tropic of Cancer.
Right, which is below Miami, below Florida. It doesn't touch Florida.
Okay.
So that's what made me start looking.
So one of the reasons that I can't agree with the fact when you say we don't know where it goes, or we don't. So you ever heard of like Lahaina noon?
No.
So in Lahaina, which is in Hawaii, they have what's called Lahaina noon, which is at this particular date of the year, which I'm assuming is pretty close to the solstice. And in that city, they have no shadows. So
okay, so the sun has to be directly over.
The sun is directly above them, right? So
the light source that creates the sun, its power source is right there above Lahaina, but it could move, and again, it could move 50 miles away once it leaves that area. It doesn't have to stay on the same path directly.
That's true.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I guess we wouldn't know that. We wouldn't know that. So you think it has?
Yeah.
You don't think it has any kind of circular movement? You think it's like kind of random almost?
I think it's jig-jag.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I think it goes up and down. Whatever the guys are all, and the me start thinking is you're talking about the not magnetic declination, because we figured that's not right, but the magnetic system in the sky or whatever you guys are calling. I can't remember the word you guys use, right? So that would not make it go straight. It's going to have weaker parts and stronger parts and weaker parts and stronger parts, and it's going to move backwards and forwards. I'm not saying drastically. I don't know how much,
right?
But I just know it doesn't do this circle path.
All right. Well, good. I'll have to take a look at that. There's a lot of info there for sure. And
so that's why I've been trying to bring that up. And I was just, you were so patient. Thank you.
Yes, I'm a nice guy. What can I say?
All right, I'll let you go and let somebody else in. I'm sure I've wasted a lot of time.
Later. I don't even know
Bye.
if anybody else wants to join. Let's see. We're gonna check. Oh nope, they didn't want to join. We're gonna check back to the phones now that I've probably cost myself an arm and a leg. Let me go over there. Get somebody on the line. Let's see who's been holding. We've got nobody. All right. I think that you shut the show down, Harmon. Way to go, Harmon! Way to go. See if there's anything else here in the chat that we need to talk about. What else? Yeah, their maps are just all over the place. I don't know. If anybody wants to call in, last chance. 888-698-FLAT. That's 888-698-FLAT. Let's go over here and just make sure we've got nobody else in line. StreamYard, just your final chance. Going once, going twice. What time is it? 9? What time did I start? 7? Oh, we're already almost done. Easy peasy. Tomorrow should be a fun show. Check out the Jeranism show. It's the freshest show since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which is dope. Did you guys ever see Kelsey's cool intro? I don't think you did. But do I have it somewhere? I don't even know where it's at now. I think about it. Is it in my downloads? Let's see. I never got to actually show anybody the and is she still doing her show? Kelsey, I made this for you not doing your show anymore or what? I don't know if she's still doing it. Oh yeah, I do have it. Let's see here. We'll play it for you. Cause it's cool because I made it, and that's all there's to it. Why is this not working? Oh, there it goes. All right, we'll have you watch this while I wait for more calls. Give a call, or else the show's going to be over. It's going to be over. Here we go. This is Kelsey's intro. There we go.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, so sit in my chair. I'll tell you how I became the queen of doing bomb-ass hair. On the west side of Kauai is where I stay, in the salon doing hair is where I spend most of my days. Trimming up, blowing out, feeling all cool, making sure my clients stay out of the pool. Whether you're here for a cut or to get shampooed, or to fall out of the spray tan tent completely nude, there's something so humorous about these stories and scandals. My best friend Rose said, Kelsey, start a YouTube channel. Thought about it every day until it became clear. My clients tell me everything if they stare into the mirror. If anything, I'm not just their stylist, I care. It's time to get ready, cause we're on the air. I pulled up to the salon about 5 minutes late, sat in the pedicure chair and thought, damn, this is great. What happens in the salon stays in the salon, you know? But sometimes it ends up on this YouTube show.
That's damn good. You got to bring the show back just because you need the intro back. That's the only reason really I can think of. All right, we got nobody in the chat over here. Let's check the phone lines. I think we have one caller. We do. Let's talk to 971. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
You're
This is Jason. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. Jason who?
Hey, I don't know how the sun works, but when I look at like the FE app and stuff, like it seems like it wouldn't be a straight line on our model. You
What?
would think that the edges would kind of fall off a little bit, yeah?
What are you talking about? Explain.
Well, like the sunlight, like the rays wouldn't point a straight line. It would be like an arch.
Correct.
I would think there would be
Okay.
a little bit more darkness than light, like at all times.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It would have to be above the equator or something to kind of make that judgment, right?
Yeah, and I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's on the outside of the dome, if there is a dome, and it's, I don't know how it works. But anyway, that was just when I was watching you guys go through all that stuff. But
Yeah, I think of the sun as being like a
thought
focal
your,
point of light, right? It's if you kind of picture when you have a magnifying glass and you burning ants as a kid, if you had to get that dot to the smallest little point, and that's what became that super hot point of light, right? So if you were to pull the magnifying glass away from the sidewalk, it doesn't mean that that little focus part of light disappears. Now that focus part of light is in the air. You just don't see it. You're not attaching it to the ground or to a leaf or something like that. And so I think of the sun as being that spot up in the sky.
Yeah, something like that. I'm glad it's there. That's all.
Yeah, I think it's kind of important.
Uh-huh. So anyway, I caught a little bit of some of your little NASA launch
Yes.
video that you, Dave, and another guy that I've never seen before.
Caleb. Yes.
Just one question, and you might have mentioned this. I didn't see it, but when did NASA fire all the dudes?
They now have to be really inclusive. It's just gays and transgenders that get to do science.
Yeah, it was all women. Like they just eliminated all the men. There's no more men in rocket launches.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Again, there's a video that we were watching that's like NASA's included, and every single person that works at NASA is like pride flag and all that. You know, more power to them.
Right. I think I did catch that. It's a little ridiculous.
It's a little over the
but
top.
You know what? They're part of Hollywood, and so it's just right in line. Everything that is fakery film they're all following suit. So that's how we know NASA's real, because they're doing all this.
Yes, woke culture stuff. Yeah,
politics stuff.
Right. Very important for them to follow along with politics, the scientific entity of NASA.
Yeah. Anyway, I dig your stuff.
Thanks.
My brain's always popping. There's just too much information. I remember I got on this train about 5 years ago, maybe, and the amount of stuff that's out now, it can kind of make your brain hurt a little bit. Yeah.
It does. I think somebody described it well the other day, and I think people should take this to heart. And I need to take it to heart myself. But if I were to tell you to hold a glass of water for me for 30 seconds and then drink it, you'd be fine, right? You'd hold it, you'd take a drink. Okay, what did we do that for? And if I told you to hold that glass of water for 5 minutes and then take a drink, you'd be able to do that. But if I said, hold this glass of water for 2 hours and then take a drink, you might have an arm that starts hurting a little bit, right? And if I told you wait 6 hours before you take a drink, you probably couldn't do that. I'm not sure if you'd be able to hold a glass of water up for 6 or 8 hours. Or if you were to say even more, let's say 20 hours, there's no way. You're not going to be able to hold a glass of water. Your arm would start getting numb. It would start tingling, and you would probably drop that water. So it's kind of a thing where truth is the same thing. I think that you can overload on it, right? So you should set yourself a little bit of a limit. If you do too much of this stuff, it can start to hurt you, in my opinion. You want to find that happy medium where you can still enjoy your family, still enjoy your children, still enjoy your wife, and then get your dose of truth. But what you don't want to do is become immersed in it, where it's all that you do every day and the only thing you do, because if you do that, your arm's going to start hurting like you're holding a glass of water for 12 hours.
Yeah. Well, you kind of lose your, I don't want to say foundation, because we don't even know if our foundation's any good, but whatever your brain uses to hold on to its own reality.
Right.
There's so much conflicting information out there anymore. It's just like how easy just to be a paranoid shut-in and
right. And they do that on purpose, right? That's why they do that. Maybe. They do that so that you feel comfortable. I would love to do a test of like the testosterone of people who believe in science versus those that don't, because I do think it takes a certain something to be able to not just be so weak that you defer to men you think are greater than you all the time. I think that if you were to do some sort of test, I think it would show a direct correlation with it. I really do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you got your thinking cap on and you're being honest, I would take information from you over anybody that was claiming to be an authority in some kind of science or something, because it's just, I mean, like, is it so wrong to just be like, well, my eyes and my rationale.
Yes, according to them, it is.
Saying, so it must be not right.
They're trying to convince people that they are, the smartest that there is. And I mean, all you need to do is look at what's gone on with the last 2.5 years to realize that these guys didn't know anything, and they tried to pass it off as trust the science and trust it, and nobody knows a thing. Now we're getting reports of even more stuff coming out about that. So it's like, I'm trying to censor myself here. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I can't really get into it here. So,
well, and all these experts, I mean, they're either dicks or they seem like stupid, like mentally deficient. Like they don't have any regular people trying to sell this crap. They're all
No.
defunct a little bit.
Yeah, because I think you have to be. Again, you're taking the people who were in school did everything they were told to do. I mean, do you remember anybody cool in school that did that? I don't. I remember, the nerds that everybody made fun of were the ones that did all the schoolwork and didn't, buck the trend or anything, didn't go against the mainstream. And so when those people end up as your NASA people, you could just tell they're, and I never found like a nerd, at least when I went to school, that was like well-rounded. It was always like they were off a little bit. They were smart at regurgitating, memorizing, reading books, but they weren't all there. How else to explain it?
Yeah.
So it's funny because
Like
you end up with
Rain Man or
yeah, exactly. They're a little bit off, and so when those people have to then go and speak in front of their NASA heads or it just doesn't really come across right. And you've taught these people that have gone to college and they've pretty much got one subject that they become proficient at, and they're told that they are the smartest people in that field, right? And so if you have a bunch of fields throughout all of colleges where this is exact same thing is happening, well, nobody in any field is going to question any other field because they feel like they're the smartest in their field. So they wouldn't be very happy if somebody came questioning their knowledge because they just learned it all. They just went to college. So you have a bunch of people doing that exact same thing. It's like compartmentalization in a weird way, in that you can never question somebody who's a paleontologist. How dare you? They went to school for dinosaur bones. So you're not allowed to say that we don't find dinosaur bones. If you got somebody who's gone to school for dating things. Now, those people, if you actually got them to speak out and tell the truth, they would admit what's going on. But that also calls into question their profession, right? If you were to get somebody who does dating for a living to come out and say, hey, so isn't it true that they have to tell you that dinosaur bones are dinosaur bones before you put them in the dating machine? Well, yes, because they're never going to have a good reason for that. They can say things like, "Oh, well, it's because carbon dating doesn't work on things older than." It's like, well, you've already presumed your outcome. Then you've already just said that because we know these are older, but you don't know they're older because you're using dating techniques, right? There's no proof that when these bones came from, so you're just saying, "Oh, because they're older than this date, we don't use this machine." Well, sure, likely story. So.
Yeah. Well, I got to say the videos you put out highlighting some of that mentality is pretty genius. I really appreciate
Thanks for saying that.
You put in.
I want to get back to doing some videos very soon. I missed that. So.
Yeah.
But been busy.
Hey, and you brought up the glass of water. It's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. I don't even know why. Gravity and the ball and the oceans and all this stuff, even though it seems it's just complete nonsense in my brain. So if I'm holding a glass of water, I tip it 90 degrees, it should stay in there, right? The water should stay in the glass.
Well, they would say that no. I mean, that would be pulling to the bottom towards the ground, right?
Oh, maybe. I guess. Yeah, maybe you're right. Okay.
Now, the one that was always weird is that one in school when they used to swing around the bucket of water. That's just dumb because that's not the opposite of what's going on. You need to.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
You need to put water on the outside of the bucket. Well, if you put water in a bucket and you swing it around in a circle, the water will not come out when it gets to the top, right?
Right.
Because it's swinging around, So, but they would need to put the water on the outside of the bucket, and then swing it around and have the water stay on the outside of the bucket. Of course, it would fly off. Anybody with a half a brain knows that. All right, I'm going to let you go. We have another caller. Thank you very much, though. We've got.
Peace out. Love you.
Love you. 913. Welcome to the show.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yup.
Hey, I'm walking home from the bar.
Nice. How many did you have?
Not very many. I actually just got off the big debate with What's It and Conspiracy Cast. That was a total fucking shit show.
Was it?
Yeah, total fucking shit show.
I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, it was really. I mean, What's It fucking landed it, but it was like just same shit, different day.
I can't stand those guys. They've been wanting to debate me. I just don't see the point.
Yeah, sincerely, it's like it's always the same thing. And like, here's the thing: if you want to get into these debates, if you actually want to manage these things, understand the fallacies. There's a list of fallacies, and like once you get the fallacies, it's over.
Right, because that's all they use. Yeah,
it's over. That's been my biggest battle. Is like trying to learn the fallacies and understanding what. Sorry, I let some rap on the street here. Hold on. Yeah, you like literally once you understand the they're not even techniques for these guys that are debating. They just don't know that they're doing it. They're just doing it.
Right.
And everyone else actually understands, oh, you're doing this thing because, you're either process fallacy or, sharpshooter fallacy, or you're, straw man's the easiest one, right? But if you start to understand what all these fallacies are, you can completely crush these guys in a minute and just make them look like idiots.
Yes.
Does that
I
make any
agree.
sense?
No, I totally agree. I think that sometimes people might see that as like, oh, semantics, or these, you're afraid of the question. But no, I get it. When they do make the fallacies, which they do all the time, it's a fallacious argument. So it shouldn't be accepted at all.
Yeah. And then you basically corner them, and it's not really about cornering them. It's about the fact that they need to realize what they're doing to themselves, because a lot of these guys are smart cats, right? And we actually would like to have them on our side, but you have to firstly just make them realize what they're doing to themselves.
It depends on what you consider smart. It's not what I used to consider smart. Yes. But not anymore.
Yeah, well, smart is relative, right? I hate to use relativity, but I mean, smart is relative. It's really just it's semantic.
It depends on what we're talking about, right? Exactly. I mean, if you, again, it's if they're indoctrinated to a certain belief, part of the whole medical scam is you have to have doctors who can perform emergency services, or else the whole thing falls apart, right? So they're very smart at that. I mean, anybody who would go to their grandfather for a heart transplant rather than a heart surgeon is probably not very smart. Right.
Indeed.
But then again, asking that doctor about vaccines is probably also not very smart.
Right, because you're gonna get involved in an OODA loop of what they believe,
and an indoctrination thing, right?
And then you're stuck in that, and you can't argue in or out of that.
No,
you can't.
No, because they're saying, look, I can repair hearts, and I also know that vaccines are good for you. It's true. That's what they do,
doing, brother?
So
you good? So I just climbed 4 flights of stairs. So
no problem.
I'm walking and talking to you, but yeah, it's like here's the thing. It's like if you're gonna engage, the ballers, you have to know how the rules of the game work. And I just know they don't know the fallacies that they're engaging in.
I don't think they have any clue about anything. To be honest with you.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
There's a guy in my chat, t.me/Jeranism chat, if you want to be on Telegram chat. There's a guy in my chat that the other day was going off on people. Seemed like he's a glober, and one of his proofs of the Earth being a ball, which was hilarious, was that, hey, all these devices that we're all talking on right now, right? All these devices that we're using to communicate were made using the same math that they use in space, and therefore we know we can trust it.
Wow.
So I mean, it's
really?
like shockingly dumb.
Wow.
It's shockingly. And then I told them, and you know what? We all use the same alphabet too. So since we write truth with the alphabet, then it means everything ever written is true, because only true things can be written with the alphabet. So stupid. Of course.
Yeah. You're asking people to walk themselves out of their own OODA loop. You're just like, you realize what you just did? You're like, half of the debate tonight was, where's the evidence? So Whitsitt, we all know Whitsitt. He's really great at this stuff. He's well read on this. He provides multiple layers of evidence, and then he still asks for evidence. I'm like, okay. He just gave you some.
Because they can never have anything.
Feverishly in the chat, just like oh, here's another layer. Here's another layer. Where's the evidence? I'm like, well, what is your evidence? What is your definition of evidence? Because the
thing is, everything to them,
different layers of evidence.
The thing is, to them, this is how easy it is. When you have scientists you're backing, everything that points to the globe is evidence, and anything that points to a flat Earth cannot be evidence. So therefore, you just keep asking for evidence. Doesn't matter what they bring. What about this? I mean, one of the guys I talked to from Space Audits has been talking with I Can Science That, and I told him, hey, ask him if he wants to go do a mirror test with me. We'll go, because he lives in California. So either we can go to LA or go to Monterey Bay, and we'll do a mirror test for 20 miles. And I said, ask him what he'll say when he sees the flash from the mirror, knowing that the mirror is a line of sight observation. And he said, it doesn't matter how far he saw the mirror, that it means that the light is bending around the curvature of the Earth. So I said, okay, here's where you stop talking to that guy. So, because what he just admitted is that there is no evidence that the Earth could ever be flat, because they've already plugged up those holes with globe fakery, right? To just say refraction is their little baby. So now what they're basically saying is, no matter how far you can see, it's because light bends around the ball of the Earth, and therefore, so it's like, well, then what evidence could ever come out that would? Next thing you know, they're going to say, oh, well, the Earth spreads out and with distance, and so that's why we can measure. It's like they just have excuses, and people believe it. People just buy it. They're like, yep, I'm not even going to question these
Are we
things.
working with like the definition of evidence? Like really, like what is the definition of evidence? Evidence is, well, here's an example of how we found that this is a certain way that it is. And then they're in denial of the fact that we just showed you a thing that which we thought the definition of evidence was. And so we showed it to you, and then you still ask for evidence. So we're at an impasse here, man. We're at a complete impasse with you because I don't know
Imagine
what
how
you want. What is your definition of evidence then? I don't even know what that is.
I don't understand why
No
it
idea.
wouldn't have happened where, let's say that I'm on the team that disagrees with the half of the country. So say half the country comes forward and says, hey, we think that, I don't know, train stations are faked. Train stations are actually not real. They actually house homeless there, and they lie to us about these trains. Okay, whatever they said, because those are citizens of the country that I was born and raised in and live in, and because I like people more than I like owners of train stations and owners of government and any other things like that, I would take the side of the people saying that, and I would go with them and I would say, really, you think this is fake? And then I would turn to the train station people and say, prove that this is real. Prove that this is real for these guys because they're saying it's fake, and I want you to prove it. I would never go to bat for the train stations. I would never go and start fighting other citizens and be like, yeah, hi, you fucking stupid idiots. The train station's real. I know it's real. And you don't even have evidence that it's real. You just believe it. You're like, well, it must be real, or else too many people would be involved in the lie. So we could have been done with this if, as a people, these fat fucks would have got together and just said, all right, yeah, these flat earthers, we don't think they're very smart because they think this, but let's all turn towards NASA because who gives a fucking shit about some government agency? Turn to NASA and say, hey, these guys are saying you're faking space. Now prove that you're not. That's how it should have been handled. Not these losers go and fight on behalf of the American government and NASA against other citizens. And it's the same thing when it comes down to the corona. Then imagine the amount of evidence it would have taken for me to choose to side with Big Pharma and the United States government over other citizens of this country. It would have taken the most amount of evidence you can imagine. They didn't even need evidence. They just said, nope, we're going against the other side. We're going to report you to the police. We're going to call it in when you don't wear a mask. We're going to film you, put it on TikTok. It's like evil, wicked, disgusting, henchmen-like zombies.
It goes even back so much as like, are we really up against like some sort of secret army that like, and we use NPC all the time, but some sort of secret army that refuses to see actually even what's in front of their face.
They just don't see it.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's really what like, it's like, you show a picture of a dog and you say someone else is, that's a duck. I'm like, no, it's a dog. We agree that that's a dog. And I'm like, no, it's a duck. Well, how do you know that's a duck? Well, like, because this person over here said it was a duck. And I'm like, well, are you sure? Because it has a bill and it looks like it has feathers, and you go through this whole thing. And this is what the last 3 hours of my night has been on this with it debate, was like watching these other guys who are apparently conspiracy guys, but yet they're debating against people who are on their side. Like, we need these guys on our side, right? And I'm like, and like, I just keep hearing this. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? And I was like, have you not listened for the last fucking 3 hours? We just showed you a bale load of evidence. In definition, what evidence is like, this is what we found in this certain situation. We saw this over this certain distance. We saw a mirror flash. We saw all this stuff. But apparently, they didn't hear that. Apparently, that wasn't going into their head. Apparently, they're like, where's the evidence? I'm like, we just showed it to you. What do you do after that? There's nothing you can do.
They don't
after
even
you
listen.
show them something.
They don't even listen. This is why it's the laziest thing you can do. Being a Glober is incredibly lazy. You don't have to do anything. There's no research. There's no studying. There's nothing, because you just say science and ask things like, where's the evidence? And we already know. We have proof. We have scientists that have been doing it. We have people that do this every day. People are looking. What do you think? Those satellites are fake? What do you think? The telescopes are fake? It's just the easiest position to be in. Ranty got smart. And Ranty got smart and went and joined.
And what do you do with that? Like, you're almost to a point where like you almost want to throw your arms in the air, but at the same time, it's like,
oh, I don't give a shit. I mean, I used to think that my job
are we at ground
was.
Zero? Are we? We're like we're like offensive, defensive linemen right at the line of scrimmage. We're like, okay, well, they're not going to see the fact that there is evidence here, so like, I guess we just
You just ignore
block them until they realize that we score a touchdown.
Ignore
and then
them,
like,
yeah.
okay, I guess that was evidence. I don't know. I mean, like, it's really.
Well,
really. I mean,
yeah,
like,
just
what-
ignore them
what-
because
what
those
else
are
is there?
the type of people that we're gonna. Whatever happens, they're gonna always say, "Well, science is right because science caught up with it or science figured it out." So it's always. I mean, it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. It makes you feel good. If for a dum-dum, there's nothing better than probably making fun of people that the world thinks are dumber than you, right? So if you're a dum-dum,
Right.
it's great to go find flat earthers and say, "Ha, stupid flurf," because it makes you feel better. For the first time in your life, you actually feel like you have a penis of considerable size. So they just like to go throw that around, and they don't realize that they how silly they look because we recognize that these people are not smart. And it's just like Brenda. Brenda pretends to be smart, but the last 2 times I've had her on the show, I've exposed the fact that she doesn't know shit. Last week, I asked her about 8 inches per mile squared, and then I said, "So how much does the Earth curve in 1 mile?" There's not one flat earther who doesn't know how much the Earth curves in 1 mile based on the 8 inches per mile squared formula. She had no clue. No clue at all. Didn't even know what I was saying. She's like, 32?
Are we sure she's not like a comical troll? Are we like she's got to be a genius comical troll, or that she is actually that stupid?
No, I always see
whatever.
them wandering around in everybody else's chats trying to get on their shows and trying to. And this is the thing: it's probably such a dum-dum that the only thing that makes her feel better about her life is to find people that people think are dumber than her, meaning the mainstream thinks flat earthers are dumb. So that's her only way of looking smart to other people and to herself is to get in these kind of situations. And she just makes things up. She's like, "Oh, well, Red's rhetoric did this, this, and this." And then I ask a question about it. She says, "Oh, I don't know." Like, she didn't even see that. She's just like saying words. I don't respect people like that. I don't just say words. I don't just say, "Well, this guy did this and this guy." And then you ask me about it, I'm like, "Oh, I don't know about that."
Yeah, and like you say Red's rhetoric, and that's like so like fucking 5 years ago. I'm like, really? You just reference Red's rhetoric, and like we're so like past that. It's like we went through
films
that
things going
drama
into
already
space.
5 years ago, like years ago. Like really, are you still back here in this place? And then of course you have like she I don't exactly know what's going on with her, but she's like it's like look, if you're a fucking troll and you're like a comedian, dude, I get it. You're doing fucking amazing.
No,
I don't think
it's
I
dumb.
just think it's pure stupidity. I think
It's
true,
stupidity.
pure stupidity.
Yeah, I mean, I just did the math for her as far as the inverse square law, and she just kept yelling, "I'm doing the math wrong," which is. And here's the thing: somebody like that never gets called out
That's
for
not an
it.
argument. That's not an argument. You can't say you're doing the math wrong because we can actually show you that it's actually no. That's actually how it works.
It's actually how the math
we
works.
worked it out.
Right.
We just did it. You can't just say you're wrong.
But
You
here's the
just
thing:
can't say
people like that get away with it because when will she be called out for that? Like if I was here yelling at somebody and saying how wrong they were, but I was wrong, I'm gonna have to be called out for that, right? There's gonna be some point where I'm gonna have to go back and tell people, okay, I made this mistake. But somebody who just calls in shows and just acts like shit can just get away with nonsense. Just yelling, screaming, saying people are wrong, saying people are liars, saying people don't know how to do math when it's really just projection. She's the one who lies every time.
Not just that, Jaron, but also like you've got an entire generation of people out there that don't even come from a world of actually calculation. They come from a world of like, oh yeah, gotcha. That's
Right.
their only fucking foundation.
Right.
It's like gotcha. And they don't actually know. No, there's actually math underneath this. Even though math just describes reality, math isn't reality. It just describes it.
Right.
They
And there's
don't
some
really
math that's
understand the fucking trig behind it. They just like, ooh, God, they got him there. They got him. And like, what kind of gotcha culture are you fucking talking about here?
They think
what the
because
fuck is all this shit?
They think because like 10 plus 10 is 20, and they're like, okay, well that will always be 20 forever. Then when they tell you the size of some planet or some distance, they think it's the same. Like, well, if 10 plus 10 equals 20, and that'll never change, well then the distance to Saturn is this and this, and this is its size, and so it's the same thing. How could you say one's? It's like, how do you not get where one can be a lie and one cannot? Right? When you say 10 plus
oh my
10,
God, you know my favorite thing about this whole thing. I remember that like early on in social media, there was this like huge channel that got big really, really quick. And I remember this was like, I fucking love science. You know what I fucking love science was? It was a fucking Facebook page that showed pictures of dolphins and other shit.
right?
And I was like, okay, well that's pictures of dolphins. There's no fucking science in it. You're saying that I fucking love science and there's a cute picture of a dolphin. No, that's not what that is at all. The scientific method is science.
Right. No,
If you wanted to put a dolphin on a page and say, well, if it travels this way at a certain distance, and then you calculate this, we know that it got to this depth. Well, then maybe that would be like, I fucking love science. But no, it was just some fucking, fucking cunt in his bedroom taking pictures of dolphins and putting it on Facebook and saying, I fucking love science, and then fucking adapting himself to science, making himself seem smart, in front of all of his friends. Like, he must be smart. He's got pictures of dolphins on his page. And then you're like, no, motherfucker, you're a cunt. I mean, like, that's just what it is. And like, I remember this fucking 5 years ago. Now to see it happening in real time, in real space, with all of us debating about it, it's crazy. Sorry, I'm ranting, man. I need to get off here, but.
All right, we'll let you go because we have one more call. And appreciate
yeah,
them.
Yeah,
Right.
love you, brother. Bye.
We got 219. You're the last caller. Nobody else call in. Nobody else call in. 219. Go.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Jaron?
I hear great.
Okay, yeah, because I've got kind of a bad line here. I've been working on my phone out here. I'm in Northwest Indiana.
Nice.
And you were talking about the sun and showing all those times.
Yes.
Well, I live about 30 miles south of Lake Michigan. I wasn't too far from where, Rob Skiba did that test.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's just about 50 miles north of me. Now, I live it according to when I look up, like when I get weather.gov, it gives me my latitude. I'm at about 41 degrees north.
Okay.
Now, the sun, I got a P900, and I've been taking pictures of the sun, and I look north from my house, and I see it come up in the northeast, north of me. It goes around in a loop, and it actually goes a little bit above Chicago to the northwest when it sets. Okay. There's a guy on the internet. He hasn't done anything for a while. His name is William Guzman. He's done stuff on Flat Earth.
Okay.
And he did a video, if you go look him up on YouTube, where he's from New York City, and he showed with angles and stuff. He's a lot more mathematical than I am, but he actually says that the sun actually goes all the way up to the U.S.-Canadian border on the summer solstice. It does not stop at the Tropic of Cancer, because otherwise I have to look south from my house to see the sun go. It would be coming up in the southeast and setting in the southwest, but it goes north of me on June 21st.
But it's never above your head.
No. Well,
no.
It depends. Like when I watched it this summer. Like
yeah, but
in
it's
May,
going to come up. It's going to come up northeast, and then it's going to kind of go behind you. Let's say you're facing north. It's going to come out northeast, going to kind of go behind your head, and then come back and go set northwest.
No, it actually, but I'll have to check that, because it seemed to like it always stayed north of me, because that guy Guzman, he showed with angles, and if you go on there, he's got a thing that says, he's got a little thing from a few years ago where he shows this clip where he's measuring the angles and stuff. He's living in New York City, I believe, and he shows with angles and the shadows and everything to where he set it up, that there's no way the sun could be only going up to the Tropic of Cancer, because he's living in New York City, which is we're almost at the same latitude.
Yeah, I guess I'm confused by that one, because it makes sense to me on a flat Earth just fine. There's no problem with what's happening, and it's weird because if you're saying that the sun is north of you, which I don't believe is ever true unless you're talking about rising or setting, because it's coming from those extreme corners. But as far as when it's noon, it will never be north of you. Never.
I'll have to do, because, I'll have to check that, because, I just took some pictures. I just got a P900 a little while ago, and I kind of like to watch the sun come up as the colors change, and
right.
Take them as the sunset, trying to catch different colors, different hues.
Right.
It's always different each time.
Yeah, I would say if you at noon tomorrow or whatever, just look and you'll notice if you draw a straight line up from your head to the sky, it will definitely be south of that. Right. It will not be north. You'll have to face south to see the sun. Probably at about 30, 45 degrees or so. And then it comes back around. Now, granted, if you're then looking north, you will see the sun set north of west and rise north of east. But that's not necessarily saying the sun is north of you.
Yeah, I know. I've heard you guys on Globebusters. I've been watching you
Yeah.
for a while. I've been watching all that. But as far as something else I wanted to mention to you about what we've gone through over the last couple of years.
Yes.
Have you ever looked up the case of he's a guy in Germany, Dr. Stefan Lanka?
Yeah.
Okay, he won that Supreme Court case in Germany.
Right.
Okay, if you actually go online, you can push in, and it's kind of hard to find because I use Yahoo. I always push in Dr. Stefan Lanka -whale, and he'll have a page come up, and it reviews. He goes back articles from like 1995 into the early 2000s. He's been studying this for 40 years, from the early 80s, almost 40 years now, and he takes you through the whole history of the lie, going back to Plato.
You're talking about the germ theory?
Yeah. Yeah, as far as this,
Yeah.
I don't want to get you kicked off.
No,
as
yeah,
far
I'm
as
just making
what-
sure we're on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, totally. It's
because the definition of that word with the V in the Latin means poison or poisonous liquid.
Right.
It never refers to in any historical medical record as being a living organism.
no. And I mean, there's
And,
they've got that challenge out there. They have a challenge out to the virologists to prove that a virus, any virus, exists and can be, put aside or separated out. And there's
Yeah.
been no takers yet.
Well, it's known as a term in the medical books. If you actually go by how they actually, determine cause and effect. Have you ever heard of what the term when they use Koch's postulates?
Yeah, Koch's postulates or the
Yeah. Or they have another thing called the Elisha test. It's kind of like a step thing where you cause and effect.
Right.
Does it, is it consistent, within like 95%? Because, they've never found a medical test yet that's been 100% on anything.
No.
There's always what they call a variable of something or other where you're going to get a false positive.
And these are things people don't even recognize. They think that science is just perfect and figured everything out, and we know
Yeah.
how to look back in time and telescopes and stuff.
As far as if you just had a young son and you had a couple of people. Did you have someone on there that you were talking nutrition a little bit while back?
Yes.
I can't remember who it was, but I caught part of it.
Well, there was a guy from Snake. I don't know who you're talking about, but I did the Snake Diet guy. I did a few interviews.
Yeah, sometime I can't remember who it was, but you interviewed him on one of your programs.
Uh-huh.
But if you want to understand nutrition to its basic core, if you go online and look up a man, I don't know if you've heard of him. His name is Brian Peskin.
No.
Okay, look him up. He's wrote 3 books. One of them's called 24-Hour Diet, PEO Solutions, Hidden Story of Cancer. Okay, he studied biochemistry, physiology. He actually got into it. He's an electrical engineer, MIT grad. When his wife nearly died from diabetes in the 90s, following all the the medical experts' advice, he went into the medical library at MD Anderson, the cancer hospital in Houston. Okay, it's part of the University of Texas. It's the largest cancer research hospital in the world. It's called MD Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to their library and studied all of the medical history. I mean, going back to like some of the early medical journals, like from the British medical journal Lancet, which is the world premiere from the 1830s. And he worked his way all the way up to today to work out how does the human body work, what's essential, and is there a metabolic pathway? If you can talk keto, you can talk vegan, you can talk everything in between there, but to know exactly what you need in your diet for optimum health has to be established through what they call a metabolic pathway in physiology.
Right.
And he'll explain all that. I recommend you go online, and anybody in your audience, check him out, and he will explain to you the main thing in our diet that we are all lacking. I don't care what diet you're on in this earth where, a lot of our food is grown on poor soil,
Mm-hmm.
is the parent omega oils. They're called parent omega 6, parent omega 3.
From fish, usually?
No. See, fish oil is no good for you because
Okay.
you've probably seen all the commercials where, you've seen on, get your fish oil. Okay. Fish oil is not even actually a parent omega 3 oil. It is a small amount, but if you ever look on one of their labels, it says DHA and EPA. Okay. Those are what they call derivatives. In the human body, if we ate our natural diet with good foods and, stuff, you would get about 3 parts 6 to 1 part 3. And it goes into your body. Like if you get a steak, if you get a grass-fed steak, Jaron, it's almost perfect. It's like 3 to 4, 6 parent omega 6 to parent omega 3.
Okay.
From that ratio, your body will make every derivative, DHA, EPA, GLO1. You can go through all that. I've been through all of them for 20 years. You will establish that when that is off, cancer, heart disease, and every disease on earth is linked to that. And,
yeah.
It's just something that people say, well, eat this keto diet, or carnivore or vegan or everything. I personally think the worst diet on earth is like these raw food vegans and stuff, because you do not get in any plants on a significant level You do not get
I don't see
turn
many.
sick.
I don't see many that look very good. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it's being pushed by people at the top. But my study of him, and I've read his book, the 24-hour diet, and he actually showed that when those ratios are off, your cells do not get oxygen. In other words, you've been to the doctor, you've seen it where they put the little thing on your finger.
Yeah.
Okay, that just measures blood oxygen.
Right.
In order for the oxygen to get into the cell, it has to be carried in by the essential fatty acids. And with our poor diets, and we don't get those in proper ratios, the cell lacks oxygen. It's called hypoxia.
Mhm.
When it hits 35% deprivation over a period of time, Dr. Otto Warburg, Nobel Prize winner, German biochemist, won a Nobel Prize in 31. He should have got one in 26. He proved, and it's never been proven wrong, and if you read his books, he'll explain it to you. He's never been proven wrong that is the cause of cancer. The cell goes from aerobic breathing oxygen to anaerobic where it ferments sugar.
Right.
And it's a process, actually, it's a way of protecting us from being as stupid as we are, temporarily so that you don't die.
Right.
But once it goes long term, the molds, that's why people have a lot of fungal infections and all that kind of stuff when people are dying of cancer. And they tell you to stay off sugar and stuff because sugar in your diet feeds cancer.
Yeah, sugar's so bad too. I mean,
yeah,
you go back and they found like heads and skulls with like perfect teeth in them from 400 or 500 years ago, and it's because there's no sugar.
Yeah, in fact, and another factor that most people know in a lot of these diets, all of our food. You're there in California. You see how they grow them things with so many chemicals. There's no nutrition in it.
Have you seen what they do with McDonald's fries? It's so ridiculous. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. McDonald's only wants a certain type of potato, and they need them to be long because they want it to look like a bouquet coming out of the little fry container. But they drench these potatoes in a certain type of pesticide that's the only one that kills this bug that will eat those potatoes and cause them to be blemish ridden, and McDonald's requires there to be no blemishes. So they have this spray, and when they spray it, the farmers can't go in their field for like 6 days. Then when that's over, they put them in a warehouse where they ferment because they have to off gas for like 6 weeks before they're cut and then sent to the store. I mean, it's just ridiculous if you really looked into anything that you're eating from fast food and stuff like that, it's just garbage, truly garbage.
Yeah. So, there's certain, like the essential fatty acids, you can get it from meat and cheese stuff, but you're familiar enough with understanding that a lot of these cooking oils, whether it's margarine or, whatever brand cooking oil you get, those are, they've been hydrogenized,
right.
They've been trans fats, right?
Right.
There's actually a guy, I can't remember his name, but Brian Peskin, I was watching one of his YouTube things, and he actually, this scientist measured people that smoked, drink, and did a lot of drugs and percentage of cancer and all that stuff. Well, they even took people that were long-term smokers, like 40 years, and only 12% of them got cancer.
Right.
But every person that had a consistent diet of essential fatty of these trans fats, 80 to plus % died of cancer before the smokers.
Right.
It's the most cancer-causing agent on the face of this earth is these trans fats, and how they do that to prevent oxygen flow, in the oil. Otherwise, you go in and it smells like rotten fish. That's it's starting to
right.
decay. That means it's going rancid. Okay, it's the same thing when people take fish oil. If you take fish oil, a fish over 72 degrees, something like that, it ultimately goes rancid. You probably smell it when you go into your store.
Right.
At 98.6 in your body, it automatically is rancid. And people that take those fish oils can actually, you're
gross.
You're actually creating rust inside of your body, more or less. It's oxidizing. See.
Right.
So the only thing I supplement with is, you can get what they call like a cold pressed sunflower seed, which is parent omega-6.
That's what we use too.
Yeah, as long as it's cold pressed, you don't want it processed. And actually, a natural, if you can find it in places, is like a wheat germ oil. That's what used to be in our.
What? Sorry. Oh, did you hang up? Looks like it. All right, sorry about that. I'm going to shut this down. I've been on for 100 minutes, and it doesn't cost too much, I guess, because I didn't have any call holding kind of person helping me out. Let's get this out and go close there. Let's hang up here. We're going to go check the... I did hear somebody come in. Let's see if they're still there or if they left. And then we will be skedaddling. We've got... wait, where is it? StreamYard. We got one more person. Percy Bollockberg. Did I get that right?
No, it's Parabolic Man Berg.
Perry Bollockberg, man.
Yeah, I inserted a man there.
Hello.
How's it going?
So good.
I want to do some financial games. Like if have you heard of BitConnect?
Yes. BitConnect. Yes.
BitConnect. Okay, if you missed out on BitConnect,
I did.
And if you missed out on
FTX, I did.
EZ, I don't know what it is, but what you gotta invest in is Kleenex. The stock of Kleenex, because flat earthers are going to be crying once Artemis starts circling the moon.
Of course we will.
So all these tears absorbed by Kleenex is going to be investment portfolio gains in your stock accounts.
Is that right?
If you invest in Kleenex, so all these flurfers are going to be crying. I don't know. Did you see the launch yesterday? Or
I was live on location. I was doing the play-by-play. Actually, that wasn't me. I lied. It was somebody else. His name was Spock Esfake.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I made up a name too. So this is my name. But it's amazing. They're going to be doing moon missions continuously. They're going to make.
Oh, we're going to live there. They're going to live there.
They say, why the moon?
We're going there to stay.
Have you played the whole 4-minute clip of Why the Moon?
No.
For your audience?
Well, probably I did when it came out, but not lately.
Why the moon? Why the moon? So they have 28 reasons why to go back to the moon right now.
Right.
And then before they're like, oh, it's too expensive. Why go back?
Right.
Just a year ago.
Just changes whatever they want it to be.
A year ago, they were like, why would we even go back? It's expensive. There's nothing there. What are you going to go collect more petrified wood?
Right.
They're just.
We have more golf carts to drive around. We got to drive around more cars.
Now they're like, oh no, it's a base. We can start making Mars bases on the moon because it's so close. So we can start imagining how to live in no atmosphere.
That's what we need to do.
Close by. Before you have to travel another 400 million miles or whatever.
Of course, yeah. I showed that one video before where there's they're at an airport and they're talking to people about, what do you think it's going to be like when we can fly to the moon within a few years? It's people are like, I can't wait to go to the moon. I'm going to take my dog and my brother Jerry. And guess what?
It was just citizens, or was it
just citizens in some airport where they were just asking people what do you think now? I wonder if I could find it. I don't know if it was pretty funny though.
I live in an apartment. I kind of want to go and knock on my neighbors' doors and just knock. And if they answer, be like, hey, would you like to hear a Christmas carol or talk about the moon? And hopefully they want to talk about the moon because tis the season. I could only sing tis the season to me. I don't even know if I know that, what is it? On the first day of what's the 12? It's 12 days of Christmas.
I know them all, unfortunately.
You do? Well, yeah. You're.
Well, I grew up with a mom who was into singing, and then that was our Christmas tradition. Is we would actually sing that song. Each person in the family would get a little piece of paper telling them which number they were, and then you'd have to go through the rounds. It's kind of fun.
Well, I mean, 5. I only know the golden rings.
Golden rings. 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. 2 turtle doves. Yes.
Well, you even know what's number 8? Put it in the chat if you know it. Oh, did you already say it out loud?
No, 8 maids. Oh yeah, 8 maids of milking.
Oh.
Wait. Hold, is that 9? No, 9 ladies dancing. 8 maids of milking. 7 songs of swinging.
I was gonna do a chat guess.
5 golden rings.
I don't think many people know it.
Probably not.
And do you hear I don't want to go on talk about Christianity, but Owen Benjamin's been calling out Paul. He's been calling out Paul and being
well, Paul is not. Yeah, I mean, Paul's a problem.
Yeah, but imagine if he like went after Jesus. It's like, well, okay, the next step is
Communicate.
Jesus. He was like Paul. He's like Paul sounds so absurd. It's unbelievable.
Well,
He was
Paul
like a
says some of the
murderer.
biggest nonsense that there's in there, and then people are like, "Well, yeah, but he used to be against the."
No, he's real. But okay, the next step. Okay, like my prediction. What is it? Oh, okay. Next year for 2023 is that Owen Benjamin's gonna make fun of Jesus. And
Okay.
he's gonna be like, "It's all a lie. There's no way it's real."
I don't know if he'll
Because
ever get there. That's a big step for people.
he's going after Paul.
Yeah, I don't.
He went after the Trinity. Now Paul. Like the next thing
He
is like
needs
a
to pay attention
Virgin
to
Mary.
the.
Maybe? I don't know.
YHWH. That's what he needs to
Tur?
go after. Huh?
What?
YHWH, the
Oh,
Old Testament God. Somebody sent me a book. I swear to God, it's over there on my desk. It is humongous, and it's called YHWH Exists. That's the name of the book, and it is bigger than any Bible. And I'm like, what do they? Am I going to read this? Unbelievable. I'll probably start it just so that I can. Then I'll find something that's just absurd.
No, what you need to do is sell your Bitcoin and invest in Kleenex.
I don't know. I'm not a big
flurfers,
Kleenex fan.
All these
Because
flurfers are going
Kleenex
to
is.
be
Are you talking about the
crying.
brand name of Kleenex, or or do I invest in some unbranded name?
I actually work for a company that makes trash bags, and we make every trash bag in America. Every brand, we make every single.
Don't doubt that
bag.
for a second.
So like imagine like there's a Kleenex company, and so like there's some factory out there that makes every single.
Pretty much. It's called Pitney Bowes or
fabric softener
Kelly
tissue.
something, I think is the name of it. Yeah, it's like these big paper manufacturing places.
Yeah, so it's all kind of like a lie. It's like you think like okay, name one name brand trash bag that you know of.
Hefty.
Hefty. Okay, so every Hefty trash bag is made by my company. Okay, we sell them all. We ship them out to Home Depot, like all the name brand stores. Okay.
Yeah. So what's
And
the
then-
brand name? Nothing really, right? It's just other than each company would have a different makeup of their bag, or are they the same?
No, okay, there's a small percentage of plastic that goes into it, but it's all this. It's mainly the packaging that's different.
Right. Well, it's like
So
Kirkland vodka, right? Which is Grey Goose.
Probably all those are all the same. It's just the bottle's different.
Right, the bottle's different.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then with our company, like literally, it's so annoying. Like we make every single plastic bag in America, even like those thank you bags. We make all those like that you get at a gas station. It's ridiculous, and so I've tried to find out who owns my company, and it's literally redacted. Like I cannot find out who owns my company. So
Should be able to figure that out.
No, you think you would, but I'm trying to figure it out because I want to have a talk and be like, hey, do you know who Kanye West is?
What's your company's name? Or you don't want to say? You could type it in the private chat if you want. Could probably help you.
I don't know. I'd rather not.
All right,
It's the company that makes every plastic bag in America.
Trojan.
Well, that's a different plastic, but I don't even think that's plastic.
No, it's not. I have never worn one, so I wouldn't know.
Is it?
All right. Anything else for me? I'm gonna let you
only
go.
have one kid.
I have
so-
2 kids, but for speaking of the devil, but
Well, just like Plan B, like I think all these like pills, they're all manufactured at the same company.
yeah, I mean
Like,
that's
there's like one plant.
Tylenol is all made by pretty much the same thing, and they're sent out in these. There's no advertising for Tylenol, so you can get them much cheaper, but it's the same pill.
All right, we'll go to the more of the audience. Fast food. There's this company called what's it called? It's like United Foods or
Right, where they deliver all that stuff.
yeah. Well, it's the same company that makes all the food for like all the meat gets sent to. I don't think it's United Foods. I forget what it's called, but the same company makes all the burgers for Whataburger, Burger King. They ground it up for Taco Bell.
Burger?
Whataburger?
Never heard of it.
It's a Texas thing, but it's all the fast food restaurants, the fast food In-N-Out Burger. Speaking of condoms, but there's they make it they like the
In-N-Out
same
Burger is probably
company.
the best fast food that there is.
There's no factories for these companies. Like you think, like these cows are shipped to a McDonald's factory or
No.
meat plant.
No.
It's not. It's shipped to like I forget. It's something Cold Storage. I don't know. I forget what it's
All
called.
right, I gotta let you go. Let's
All right,
get
take
out.
it easy.
Peace.
Hey,
All right. You don't want to
get
go.
Kleenex.
I want to. Yes, Kleenex. Invest in Kleenex. We got you. But again, crypto didn't crash, and actually, if you buy now, it's the best time to do so. But many people don't like that. They'll wait until it starts going up, and then everybody will come for consultations. So if you want a consultation, you can go to my store, which is at shop.jeranism.com. It has been voted the #1 store on the internet. Crazy. I can't even fathom how that went down, but it did, strangely. Let me see. What? So I really do have this missing. Hold on, let me add something real quick. I used to have a browser window that is no longer here, and I guess it's just lost. Let's go display capture left side, and yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll just go like that and grab this so I can show you what's going on over here. And if you're interested in the books, we'll just show this real quick before we get to the store. Can you see that? Nope, that's not good at all. There? Nope, not good at all. Maybe there. Not really. We'll do it anyway. All right, so this is my desktop, just so you can see here. We have to try and get this over here. So these are all the books that you can get if you want it on a disk drive. So if you want a USB drive, it's a USB 3.0, which is the fast one. 16 gigabytes. It's filled up with all these books, and you can go through each one. This is 100% worth the price, and you can see here that we've got a book on Nikola Tesla. Let's bring this over so you can see actually what it is. There you go. There's a Nikola Tesla book there. We've got the Babylonian Talmud. We've got Book of the Ancient and Accepted Rites. So anyway, there's a total of 2,300, I believe, books. There's a book called New Land by Charles Fort. Let me try and move this over this way. There we go. Now you can see a little better. Good. Now we've got Protocols of the Elders of Zion. We've got Operation Paperclip by, what's her name again? Annie Jacobson. You've got The Water Wizard by Victor Schauberger. You got the Voyage manuscript in here. You've got Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. You've got St. Einstein. So anyway, lots of books. That's just in the first folder called 100% Worth the Price. And then from there, you can start going through all these. And we've got Aliens, America, Ancient Egypt, Greece, Children. Oops. I just moved Children's into this folder and I shouldn't have done that. Let me get it back out of here. Children's, go back to... shoot, hold on. Where's my book in here? Just going to screw myself up. Where did that go from? Can I go like this? Oh, you can. Sweet. All right. So anyway, a lot of good books in there, and people have been enjoying the Telegram. Let me see if I can bring that up and show you that library. Okay, let's do this and see where does this end over there. 1 second. I'll show you this. Okay, we'll go like to there, and I'll show you this Telegram, and you're going to go over here. There. Okay, so you can see this is the Telegram, and I've been loading, pretty much a book or two every day. So you'll see here November 17th, November 16th, November 14th, November 13th, 11th. So, just what's been loaded in the last few days into the library is Forbidden Health by Andreas Ludwig Kalkecker. And I think you've heard Iru talk about him before. You've got 11/22/63 by Stephen King. You've got The Secret Society of Moses by Flavio Barberio. You've got Virology. I don't even know that word. Virology, right, by Robert Blumetti. You've got The Green Book by Mohammed Gaddafi. You've got The Year in Facts and Science. So anyway, this thing goes on and on and on with books, 2,300 books. So you can just search. Let's say you wanted to read The Real Dr. Fauci. You just go search. Now we're typing in Fauci, F-A-U-C-I, and you'll see here that we've got this book here, which is The Real Anthony Fauci by Robert F. Kennedy. So, these books are expensive, but you can get them here. And you just click on it. It would read right from your phone or from your computer at home. So you can just search for things. Most of them are done. We still have a few left to do, but you can find most of them by searching for the title. as we get to the newer stuff, which is all down here, let me go to the bottom. These things all are, they have the title, the author, and then we've got hashtags for, this one here has, let's see, this one, what is this one? The Jesuit Order as a Synagogue of Jews. So it's, hashtag religion, free secret societies, Jesuit. This one here, The Book of Giants by Joseph Lumpkin, has hashtag Giants history. So again, you can just go to search and type in Giants as well. And you're going to have all the books over here on the left side show up. And then you can pick, one of those that you want. Let's go with this one. And that is the Giants and Dwarfs. So anyway, it's a cool little place to be. That is the Telegram Libraryism, I think is what it's called. So now we're going to go to my website. I'll show you that. Let's get this out of here. And you're still looking at this. 1 second. Do I have that open? What is this place? I don't think my shop is on here, is it? Should be, but it's probably not. Nope. So we're just going to type in shop. Here we go. Go there. So it's shop.jeranism.com. And it supports the show, keeps it going. It's nice. Oops. Let's get this back over here so you can see the whole thing. And spread that out. I will fix that by next week because I don't know what's happened to my browser window. Okay, there we go. So there's the store. And you can just go to any of these items. But I do the consultations if you're interested in that. 15-minute consultation if you want to talk. A couple people have done that. I've had a few today and yesterday. Here's the library access that we just talked about. So it's lifetime access. I'll keep that updated. And you just buy it right away. You get the link. Boom, you're a member over there. And then if you want the actual physical drives, you can go down here. And by the way, when you get the physical drives, you will get the library for free. So if you buy the actual drive, you get this link as well. So these two are USB of the books, the one I talked about. And then this one is the Jeranism content that's got like 300 videos on it. Most of the banned ones, things like that. And that's on a 3.0 64 gig drive. And I lied about saying it was 16 gigs. The books are on 32 gig. Sorry. And then there's a place to general donation here. And that's basically all that's there at the store now. And then there's the consultations, which I've had quite a few of this week. And then this kind of lists all the things that I do consultations for if you're interested in any of that. So that's it. Just wanted to show you my store. Let me go check the Rokfin super chats or the Rokfin, what are they called? Tips. And then we're going to get going and be back tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific. I'm going to try and keep the Jeranism show shorter tomorrow. My ultimate goal is to get it down to a very short, very compact, very good, very excellent, very bomb, very dope show. That's the goal. A lot of goals there. Let's go check out what's going on at Rokfin. Let's see here. Thank you for the tips. We've got first up Jason S., who is the entire tip. Thank you very much, Jason. I appreciate that. And that was it over there. So thank you. And thank you to everybody who left super chats. Thank you to the YouTube crowd for being here, as always. And got some exciting stuff coming up. So stay tuned. We've got Does coming. I've got a podcast that I'm doing. There's lots going on. Very busy. If you need me, always t.me/Jeranism. Anyway else, I cannot guarantee you that I will see it. But right now, I have not missed anybody's Telegram messages. If you haven't downloaded Telegram yet, you need to. I will. I'm going to make a video as short as I can about Telegram because there is some things that I think turns everybody off right away. And one of those is you have to manage your notifications. Number one, you want to turn it on for anybody that you want to be notified when they're messaging you. And number two, you want to turn off any group that you don't want to be notified because otherwise what happens is within a day or two of downloading it, you're getting so many notifications, you will immediately turn it off and delete the app because you'll be like, I don't want this many notifications. And that's, of course, nobody does. So really, the app would be better off if they would default everything off and then you turn on what you want to be notified on. But that's not really how the app works. The app works by when you add a group or a channel, it then makes it a notification. If you don't go in there and actually mute it out, then and people just need to realize it doesn't matter. Like if you follow, say, David Avocado's group, he puts out 100 or 200 messages a day. So as long as it doesn't notify you, it doesn't matter. When you have time, you look at it, you can scroll through his stuff that he put out. And if you don't have time, you just click the little arrow down and it clears them all up. So you're done. There's no problem if you miss. People feel like I have to see everything. No, you don't have to see everything. There's so much shit. You'll never see everything. So anyway, if anybody's interested in any of those consultation services, reach out. If you have questions about what I could help you with, you might be surprised, to be honest with you. But sometimes I can't say those things. So you might be surprised. You would have to ask. I'm not going to go begging you to ask me for help. That's not going to happen. You want help? Come ask. All right. See you tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific. It's been fun. We're getting back to the regular flow of things. Like I said, mark your calendars, March 17th, March 18th for the first ever True Earth Equinox Summit. Austin and I will be doing that. And a thank you to everyone who came and attended the first one and to everyone who helped out with a coupon code or sharing the trailers. We do appreciate it. It seemed like everybody had a good time. The only problem was my email server shut us down the day before because of what they consider, I don't know, spamming emails or something, even though it was people who bought tickets. Idiots. All right. Much love. Let's see what we can listen to on the way out of here. We got to listen to something good. Should we listen to, I was going to play that commercial, but I forgot to do that. Was there something else we were going to do? Not that. We will find something here. I had something for you. Maybe we'll just listen to Sheeple? I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what song I like? Wow. That'll get a copyright on. Never mind. We'll play that tomorrow when we go over to Rokfin. Trying to think. Let's listen to, where's that song by Impulsive Zams? I like that song, Programmed. Isn't it on here? Damn it. Do I have it? I lost it from here. Such a good song. I think, oh, here it is. I do have it. All right, we're going to listen to this on the way out. Much love, guys. Do your own research. When you do, you'll never again believe all the bullshit you've been taught. Till tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific. See you then. Be there or be square as fuck. Peace.
I've been struggling. I've been hustling. It's fuck the government. I can't go on. We've been programmed for way too long. Yeah. I've been struggling. I've been hustling. I can't go on. We've been programmed for way too long. You're in a dream state. Why you think you're flying through space? Why you think the moon landed was fake? Sell us on a Big Bang so they can slap God in the face. I think COVID is the reason we wake. Never followed any rules, took a different direction. Went to school, felt controlled, so I sat in detention. They don't teach you about emotions, how to deal with depression. They just send you to a doctor, get a script, hope they get you dependent. It's a business and they profit off kids stressing. Call it ADD when all the kid really needs is attention. All we getting from deception's a lesson. They manipulate your mind, take your rights, claim it's for your protection. I've been struggling. I've been hustling. It's fuck the government. I can't go on. We've been programmed for way too long. Yeah. I've been struggling. I've been hustling. I can't go on. We've been programmed for way too long. Yeah. They got you caught in a trance. Yeah. Either you fall or you stand. Yeah, corrupt your soul is their plan. Yeah, look close in our past. They built with their hands. I ain't never fall in line. I ain't bitch made no. Ain't no pussy in my heart, but the grip like those. See, I've been conscious from the start. Read the X's and O's. Now that pussy in your heart can be the switchblade, bro. Relax, go back to sleep. Put your trust in the government. Your Instagrams are dopamine, bitch. I know you be loving it. Desensitized from all these clowns in the media. Bullshit, full clip, propaganda they feeding you, bitch. I'm dragging balls like a Super Saiyan. Who the man? The Lex Luthor Prime. Go on with Superman. Mixed together, who wanna fight? I'm with whatever. I struggled and then I hustle, so shit, my soul is rich forever. I've been struggling, I've been hustling. It's fuck the government. I can't go on. We've been programmed for way too long. Yeah, I've been struggling, I've been hustling. I can't go on.